We're back! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Data here, and welcome back at long last to our live franchise mode series here on NHL 24 with the San Francisco Starfleet. Moving into year number 11, the 2033-34 season, as the episode is entitled, A Change in Command. We've been talking a lot about the next captain of our San Francisco Starfleet squad, and I think we do have a decision. We'll get to it in just a few moments. If you're watching after you've already gone live, you can jump ahead to that 5-minute mark, and if you are joining us live, and we start welcoming everybody in. It's been a couple weeks since we've been live. Took a little bit of a summer vacation. Well, summer vacation. Maybe a week or two off. It's still summer. I'm still on vacation. But just being able to get out, go see family, and be able to see the world a little bit. And now we're back to it. We have all of our franchise mode series, our 3 live ones, and our 1 recorded. We're getting back to them. Mighty Joe, Gen Z, Landon, Mr. Brian Michaelak. Welcome back, everybody. It is indeed welcome, Landon. And special guest tonight. Maybe we'll see how much participation we get, but special guest star tonight from Lieutenant Jenna DeSora, who's here with us, my fiance, who's going to be joining us for the next few streams, maybe. We're thinking about what we could be doing in terms of maybe some sort of fantasy draft where she would be deciding the team or what, but she's able to, and Yeska, welcome as well. And we'll be able to have her involved. Maybe throw it to her for some decisions, some commentary as we go. Lieutenant DeSora, welcome back to the channel.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for having me on the channel.
Oh, it's a great pleasure. It's been a while since Lieutenant DeSora's been here, as we had the Wii Sports bowling challenge last time DeSora was around. So we're thinking maybe some more Wii Sports, but I think a fantasy draft with her deciding the names would be somewhat interesting as well. Yeah. She's able to see the messages pop up on the screen there, yeah, from Mighty Joe Maple. There
wow, such a warm welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's it. So as I said, we'll get started at the 5-minute mark. Change in command for 2033-34. It's our 11th season with Starfleet. I'll recap where we've been and where we're going in a moment for those of you who haven't been around as much or are joining the series a little bit later. Here's how our squad looks headed into 2033-34. A little bit of a reminder for you. We do have to make some changes here because, as you may or may not know, DeSora, thoughts on Wyatt Johnston? Can you give your thoughts on Wyatt Johnston? Asks Landon.
To say I don't have a lot of thoughts.
No, sorry, no thoughts on Wyatt Johnston. So the rule of this franchise mode series is you can't have more than one nationality of a player on a line or a defensive pairing. So, and that's because with the Federation of Planets here in Starfleet. So we won't be able to have Nazar and McIntyre together. Lucic, incredible story. He won't be able to play on the second line. He'll likely have to play the third line. But we'll get to all those decisions in a moment once we start, which is about 2 minutes away from now. Just got to do all the usual things here and in terms of description, thumbnail, blah, blah, blah. It's been a little while since I got into that. I almost forgot to do that. It's been a little while since we've really had anything going. Welcome back, Nathan. Good to be back. Thank you for the warm welcome. We're back. We're live tonight with Starfleet. We'll be live on Monday. The schedule is always kind of changing. It's there on the Discord server, which is the best place to look, as I always keep it updated there. But aiming to be live back on Monday for our Coyotes Fantasy Draft franchise. Then we'll have expos probably in about a week and a half from now. A lot of house things, furniture shopping, a lot of stuff going on, but doing our best to make sure that the content still keeps coming out. So just take care of all the things I got to do here on the side, as we'll just keep welcoming everybody in. How's everyone's last couple of weeks been? What's going on here in the summer world? I've been on 4 planes. I've been to a couple countries, including my own. 4th of July weekend pass for all the Americans. Canada Day pass as well for the Canadians. The Demidov sim was a big hit. That was an exciting time. We were live for the draft, and we were live for 3.5 hours for the Free Agent Frenzy. Mighty Joe did a quick scan on end of last episode. If we haven't pulled the trigger on Jacob Bernard Docker, I say green light that before we get into the regular season. Remind me, was that moving him because he's just excess? Was that the question? At 7th D, because down in the AHL, we have... Was it Dale Mann we wanted to get up? Yeah, with the low leaf potential. Could it be? Is that what it was, Mighty Joe? Easton Cowan career sim. Yep. I hear you. Yeah, we'll get started in just a minute. Yeah, about 20 seconds, actually. Ooh, final little touches. Oh, because of the extension that he wanted. He wanted like $5 million plus, right? Back had missed for the Texas Wranglers, right? Let me go ahead and share that on Twitter. And then I think we're about good to go. It was 4 million. Yeah, still too much for a depth defenseman. So there we are, passing the 5-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this party started. Moving into year number 11 with the San Francisco Starfleet. Through our 10 seasons so far, we have made 10 consecutive postseasons. So we're 10 for 10 since joining the NHL. Now we're moving into year number 11. Through those 10 years, we have made 4 Stanley Cup finals, 1 Stanley Cup victory, but we're 1-3 in the Stanley Cup final. Last year, we fell in 7 games to the Avalanche in round number 2. The year before that, we fell to the Blackhawks in round 1 in 5 games. Then the year before that, we fell in the Stanley Cup final. So it's been a few years since the Stanley Cup final, our most recent Stanley Cup final loss. But our last Stanley Cup came in year number 4. So it's been, what now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going on 7 years ago for our last Stanley Cup championship, despite being a consistent 50-plus win team. So moving into this next season, we were thinking we've kind of been in this purgatory type of limbo where we've always been one of the better teams, but we continue to struggle. And here we go, King Turby coming in hot with the first donation since we've come back. You finally came back with milk. Yes, we were getting word in the Discord server saying, where's Data? Did he go out to get the milk? King Turby, all rise for the king. He's here in the chat. King Turby drops the very generous 125, getting us started. Desora, what do you have to say to the king?
Wow, thank you. Very much appreciated as we're shopping for house things and doing the honeymoon planning and the wedding planning. That'll definitely come in handy.
Thank you very much.
The king.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you, King Turby. I'll just make sure I get that written down. As, if you don't already know, every donation gets you entered into a raffle for a created player. The 30 or so created players we've made so far are in our Monday Night Coyotes franchise mode. So there we go. I think that's good. All right. So we are now moving into our 11th season. We know we've consistently been good, but what's going to get us over that hump? In the last maybe 2-3 seasons, we've seen very good performances out of our top 6, out of our middle 6 even. For example, Alexis Lafreniere, 40, 50-point guy, comes to Starfleet, back-to-back 70-plus point seasons. Frank Nazar, middle 6, 84 overall center, 40, 50-point guy, comes to Starfleet, 74-point season. So there's just something magical around this team. And don't get me started on Skylar Lucic, the 76 overall with bottom 6 potential, who we put in the NHL, giving him, how many minutes did he get in his rookie season? 1353, and he scores 29 goals. In his second season, even less ice time, 41 goals. I think it was a 79 overall, 41 goals, 67 points from a guy playing 12.46 per night. So Skylar Lucic has been one of my favorite franchise mode stories ever. Now up to an 82 overall with bottom 6 potential still. Expiring contract, which will be an issue, but I'm willing to pay the man. But all that to say, also here in the top 6, Avery McIntyre. He's been a consistent 50-plus goal guy in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he continues to have his struggles. This past year was all right, 3 goals, 7 points. But when you think about who he is in the regular season, he's not quite been the same. The last 2 years, through 16 playoff games in the last 2 years, he's shooting at something like, I don't know, probably 5%. While in the season, he's shooting at 15, 16%. So that's been a struggle for Avery McIntyre, and that's definitely been considered when it comes to the captaincy conversation. Cole Perfetti, he has been quite consistent. He scored 100, no, how many years now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to his 8th season here in Starfleet. 70-point guy who has had 200-plus point seasons during his time. Most recently, 101 points. He's had back-to-back point-per-game plus seasons, so he's been resilient. Now at 31 years of age, signed on for 4 more years. And of course, Michal Valashevitz, who was our first overall pick back in 2030. He's going to be moving into his 3rd season. We want to see a bit more from him. He's improved each year. 66, then down to 63. Sorry, he's moving into his 4th season, I should say. 66, down to 63, then up to 77. That's very good. 77 points is good. But for a guy who's getting 21 and a half minutes per night, 91 overall, 5-star shooting, 1st overall pick, we got to see some more from Valachevitz. On the third line, Otto Stenberg. He's another guy who's been a Starfleet magical case here. We were thinking, is it time to move him? He was coming off a 31-point season, then bang, 71 points. Don't even think about moving me. 14-24 of ice time, which still isn't a ton. But this third line of Stenberg, Lucic, and I think Emelin really had something going last year. Vyacheslav Emelin, also a 50-point year, playing just 11-19 of ice time. So that's the problem with McIntyre, Nazar, and Lucic. It's impossible to have, that's 3 Americans in the top 9. None of those Americans can play together. That's the issue. So we'll have to keep that into consideration into the preseason, the start of the year. If Lucic is going to be a 40-goal guy, then maybe he needs to force his way in, but then who gets bumped down? That's the real issue. And finally, down on the fourth line, we're going with a bit of experimentation here. Artem Nesterov could be the next Skylar Lucic. This guy has 95 shooting accuracy compared to Lucic's 96. Yeah, 96 shooting accuracy. Nesterov, the Russian left-wing sniper, 6th round pick in 2027, low elite potential. In the AHL, 38 goals with playing 16 minutes per night last season. So I could see Nesterov doing something in the NHL. Centering the fourth line is Esa Blumdahl, first-round pick of the Sabres in 2028. He had his rookie season last year, scoring 29 points. But again, the ice time is the issue. It's hard to find these guys' ice time. And then on the right wing, it's Rickard Rask, who was the 7th overall pick in 2029 by the Blue Jackets. We picked him up a couple years ago? Yeah, last year he played the full year in the AHL with us. 65 points in 62 games, playing just under 20 minutes per night. So Rickard Rask, Esa Blumdahl, and Artem Nesterov, 3 pieces that we want to get some growth from, but in an ideal world, we'd probably be playing them on the third line. But to play them on the third line, someone from the third has to bump up to the second, and for someone to get bumped up to the second, someone in our current top 6 would have to go, because David Pastrnak, we signed him as a veteran. He's going to be playing in his second year with us. He signed on for 1 more year. He came in here as a veteran, scored 32 goals and 69 points, 16.5 minutes of ice time per night. He's been a great veteran, especially in the playoffs, where he scored 12 points in 11 games. But can he continue to take a roster spot from the guys who want to be here? Like, for example, who are going to be here long term, I should say. So if Pastrnak were to move out, Stenberg would move up, but Lucic still can't, because really, actually, Nazar or McIntyre is coming off the first line. So really, the first line is probably looking like this. Perfetti and McIntyre seem to do well on the second line together. So the second line is probably something like this, actually. Valchevas, Nazar, Lafreniere, and the second line, Pastrnak, Perfetti, McIntyre is probably the lineup. And if we move Pastrnak, that would be Stenberg coming up. It would still be Emelin, Lucic, and fill in the blank on the third line. So, sorry, that's a lot to put into your head here just to start things off. That's just the forwards. Now over on defense, Cole Hudson, he was just drafted to the Capitals in the real world. 500 games played here with Starfleet in his career, just played his 500th game, coming off of a career-high 71-point season. He's playing top pair with our chief of security, Moritz Seider. On the second pair, Ludvig Eriksson, the first year of his, no, not yet, still a bridge deal. At 8.425. Yes, Ludvig Eriksson, he's been great. He is now moving into his 5th season with us. Very consistent, solid defensive defenseman with the 5-star defense. And what is he putting up with the hits and the blocks? He's up there, over 133 hits even last season. Eriksson playing second pair with Jalen Ramirez, who's definitely a question mark. Missed a lot of last season due to poor performance. We're calling it injury trouble. He's been a lifer here in Starfleet, but last year, 7 points and a negative 16 in 21 games. So Jalen Ramirez, he's on thin ice. He's one of our longest-serving players. We'd like to keep him. 6-year deal at an affordable AAV, but he's got to pick it up. Meanwhile, the third pair, Samuel Bolduc, is making way too much money, but he's worth it, I'm saying, for his overall. $5.74 million is a ton for a third pair guy, but when we traded for him last year, he turned things around for our team. 14 points and a plus 27, replacing Jalen Ramirez, who was a negative 16. So Bolduc was huge in that regard. In the playoffs, 3 points plus 3. He's playing third pair with the rookie Kimmo Ylonen, I should probably call him. 5th round pick in 2029, Kimmo Ylonen, who has played 2 years in the AHL now. So he'll play third pair with Bolduc. And then goaltending, of course, is Juha Mikkola, our 3rd round pick in 2025. He's played here for a little while now. He has had 314 appearances, 185, 90, and 30 in his career. Not one of his better seasons this past year. 902 save percentage, 3.1 goals against. And backing him up is Lubomir Zherdev, 4th-round pick in 2027. Belarusian? No, he's Russian. 4 years at $1 million is his contract. Not out of cheese or whatever it is, but pretty much I doubt he ever gets higher than like 80 overall. Despite the medium league potential, he's now 25 years old. So to say, hey, you're a lifetime 80 overall backup, 4 years, $4 million, it made a lot of sense to sign that. Last year, he was 12-4-1 with 2 shutouts through 19 appearances. So that's the starting lineup. Scratches, we have Michael Bishop, Marian Olvecki, and Jacob Bernard Docker there in the scratches. Bishop, another guy, power forward, 3.5-star shooting, 7th-round pick of the Kraken in 2028. He's interesting. He spent last year in the AHL scoring 44 goals, but just not really a lot of room for him, despite being listed as a 4th-line forward. Olvecki, he's the playmaker with 94 passing. He would be great for those shooters. He's played 15 games with us last year, registering 5 assists. In the AHL, 65 points the year before. So, Landon says, who's Desora's pick to lead the team in points this season? Desora, if I show you these names here on the first, on the forwards, to lead forwards in points, it would probably be... I don't know. I don't want to influence. She's looking for influence, but I'm gonna have you just throw a name out, and we'll see if it comes to be.
Any name?
Someone in the top 6. Someone in this top 9. The first 3 lines.
Okay, I will say Lafreniere.
Lafreniere. Okay, Lafreniere will lead the team in points this season. You know, it's not horrible. Back-to-back 70-plus point seasons. All right, Alexis Lafreniere, the onus has been put on you. Thank you, Landon, for the question. So that's speaking of questions, Olvecki would be a guy who slots onto the 4th line with his playmaking, 94 passing. But again, who would come out? Pastrnak would have to be traded. Live, laugh, love. There you go. And then like Rask would have to go up to the 3rd line, and then Olvecki would come out onto the 4th line, something like that. Meanwhile, in the AHL, there's other players who want to come up here. Stanislav Nabokov, a guy who could come up soon enough. Willie Ferguson, Grebeshkov. Was anyone else had good potential? Was it Mueller? Yeah. Laffy just acquired a Desora luck charm. Watch this man rack up 100 plus. All right, let's see it. Let's do that. Let me just do this and this. Oh, hold on a second. Mighty Joe. Let me just make sure I read this first. There you go. Wow, beautiful comment here. Mighty Joe with the 25. I'll make sure to write that down in a moment. Mighty Joe says, Data has heard the AGMs. We ask for more Desora, and the connection has been made. Very big welcome to you, Desora. Hope you both had a wonderful past couple of weeks, especially July 4th. Love the Wii Bowling video. Cannot wait for what else is up your sleeves. And Data, here's my usual McIntyre for C call for captaincy. Cam, welcome. And do with this dono as you have the last few as per our little deal. Understood. Much love to you both. Much love to the both of you and the community. Happy Thursday, and let's go Fleet. Mighty Joe, thank you so very much. I'll do the usual breakdown as you requested. I'll just put that in right now. Mighty Joe, that brings you to... I think that brings you to 30 entries now because of the doubling on through the PayPal. There you have it. Thank you, my friend. Very, very generous as always, and an even more touching comment than donation. Thank you for that.
Wow, thank you very much. We did in fact have a great 4th of July and a great break with family, so appreciate it. Appreciate the donation as always.
Thanks, Mighty Joe. All right, so there's the lineup. Now, terrible timing a little bit as we're talking about the captaincy now. I gotta say, I'm not gonna make the decision just yet. I'm gonna wait to hear what some people have to say in the chat here. Move Muller to the top 6. Yeah, well, don't worry about that. We'll definitely do the AHL lines properly in a moment. When it comes to the captaincy, last couple seasons, since Elias Lindholm retired, is it just one season? We've run with 3 alternates, McIntyre, Perfetti, and Ramirez. And while McIntyre was the heir apparent, I don't know, Perfetti, he's 31. Well, the age isn't a huge factor. He's only like 3 or 4 years older. But let me read Gen Z McKenzie's comment. I think it was from like 2 episodes ago, talking about the Perfetti for captaincy train. Let me just pull this up. It was a good comment, and I gotta hear some points of view that will counter it if I don't go with Perfetti. Let me see here. Yes, Gen Z. I think that Cole Perfetti should be the captain. He is one of the most experienced players on the team, has performed well for a long time on both the Jets and Starfleet, has bounced back from a slightly disappointing 60-some point campaign a couple of years ago, which shows grit, resolve, and a desire to improve. He's led the team in both regular season and playoff points. He's extremely able and willing to sacrifice his own goal production to a degree and pass the puck to his teammates, and he's the highest paid player on the team. So for all those reasons, plus for the struggles that McIntyre seems to be having, I kind of lean Perfetti for the captain for the next, 4 or 5 years. And when it comes to McIntyre being 31, 32, and Perfetti's gone, then I'd reevaluate and give McIntyre that chance again. But I think Perfetti's the guy here. Moritz Sider for president there. Cam says McIntyre for captain as well. Mighty Joe also saying, glad to hear you both had a great time. As I let that marinate for a second, I'll pull up the comments from the last one as well. In the episode entitled Purgatory, yes. Miles Edward O'Brien. Love the thumbnail there. Icebound Media said Kopecky a steal. Yeah, it was a solid enough draft. And also, I'd play Valachevitz line 1. That's exactly what we just did in the lineup. Thank you, Icebound. Dice saying Nesterov looks like Rubric version 1.2, and I agree with that to a degree, but I think Rubric had the higher power and the lower accuracy, while Nesterov has the accuracy, which matters a lot more. So I could see Nesterov, as funnily enough, being much lower overall. I could see him having, if given the opportunity, even better results than Rubric. When it comes to extensions, I'll exit out of the captaincy for a moment here. We're talking about extensions as well, and Jenzy McKenzie has some thoughts on that. If I go to contract. So Jenzy McKenzie said, just very first and foremost, when you look at the extensions, here are the names that come up. So Jenzy said, for extensions, I actually don't think you should give Mikula something like 8x6 or 7.925, because Mikula does need an extension. Hobbsy leans McIntyre for captain as well. I don't disagree necessarily. He's got to hear the argument, because he continues to lead the regular season and kind of ghost in the playoffs. And Perfetti, he's been consistent. He's older. I don't know. So Jenzy says Jenzy says that the extension for Mikula wouldn't work out because he does not want the extension. And if we grossly underpay him compared to his demands, he might pull an Ehlers from our Coyotes franchise and ask for crazy money, $15 million. I think if you give him what he wants, which is 9.3 for 6 years, so we essentially pay him like 1.3 million more. It's a perfectly fine number and it's not much more expensive than his current salary. I think you should also sign Rask to a current bridge deal right now, 1.275 for 2 years, because if he has a good season like Lucic or Stenberg, then he'll ask for a lot more. So before we even get to trade thoughts from Gen Z, I think Rask could be extended. He's a rookie. There's no rush on, whether he performs or not, 1.5 million is not the end of the world. So I think it's 1.275 we'd be offering him. I believe that's the 15%. 1.5, sorry, the 85%. Yeah, 1.275 for 2 years on Rask. We'll go ahead and send him that and see what he has to say. Bernard Docker, though, wants crazy money. It might go down. Actually, I'm pretty sure it will go down. But still, I'm not liking the trend here, especially with how defensemen want crazy money in free agency as the franchise mode goes on. Between 1 and 8 years, he wants 3.925 every year. So I just don't think it's going to work out. He's been a solid 7th D / 3rd pair guy. Last season, 11 points and a plus 18. Yeah, he was very good. I enjoyed his presence on this team. If we put him as a healthy scratch for the majority of the year, would his demand go down over time? Probably, but so would his trade value. By the way, Skylar Lucic, what he wants for an extension, pretty expensive. Pretty expensive here. So we're going to wait on him. No matter what, it's going to be expensive. So if we want to keep him, it's going to cost no matter what. So I'd almost go like 8 years to get him at 8 point. I don't know. We'll wait on Skylar Lucic because no matter what, it's going to be expensive. And if we want him, we got to pay. David Pastrnak, we can't extend him yet if you just got him at 1 year, $4 million. We could extend Ylonen 1 year to stay as an RFA. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now, stay as an RFA. Why not? Even Nabokov, but then these are all, yeah, there's no need to worry about those if they're in the AHL. And when it comes to Juha Mikkola, our starting goaltender, 88 overall, the thing is, if he wants to get, I don't want to give him a pay increase. If he is upset by what we offer him, I'm okay with letting him walk and going in another direction. Jenzy McKenzie is exactly right. That if we offer, he doesn't want the extension. If we offer him 85% and he's scorned by that, his demand might just skyrocket to 15 million. I understand it's a possibility, but I also don't know if I really care that much. Because Mikola's been good, but not always great. A couple of Vezinas, he's been good, but not always great. And I just don't believe in paying your goalie so much in franchise mode with the results that you get. So would it be safer to pay him 9.3? Absolutely. But I'd rather try to save every dollar we can on goaltending. Warmaster, glad to see you back, Data. Hope you enjoyed your time off, my friend. I named one of my draft prospects after you. I named him James Kirk. That's incredible. James Tiberius Kirk, James T. Love it, Warmaster. Thanks for the Starfleet shout out. And Mighty Joe says, are we lucky enough to be graced with Desora in Monday's Arizona stream? Yeah, Desora will be here for Monday's Arizona stream and possibly other content to come. Huh? So that being said, Mikola at 6 years wants 9.3. If we go to the extension and look at 85%, that's 7.905. So I won't go exactly to 7.925, but I will go to 7.95. And don't forget about the Desora Data duo in Seattle. That'll be fun to look at on Monday, absolutely. So 6 years at 7.95, that would be paying him 47.7 million. Perfect, no problem. You could, whenever you like, Mighty Joe. 6 years at 7.95. We'll see what he says. If he doesn't like it and he's angry, we'll figure it out later. But again, I don't want to be spending crazy money on goaltending with the performances that they give. Hey, Mr. Catalano, welcome to the stream. JP, thank you for dropping by. Glad you could join us for some Starfleet. So I will send that to Juha Mikola. Huberto, Zeeler will wait on them. And now we get to Jenzy McKenzie's trade thoughts in the comment from the last one. For trades, I wouldn't overpay anything over 8 is too much. That's it. I don't want to go into the 9s. Even if it's safer, I'd rather not do it. Thank you, Red Boy. So for trades, I think you should trade Pastrnak and Bernard Docker, packaging them along with 1 or 2/3. Let me go to the trade screen here, for Rawlings on LA or Langkow on Montreal. Rawlings is my preferred option as he's younger with more upside to grow, and there's more of a need for defense than forwards in the system. But the thing is, I know there's a precedence for trading for prospects as soon as they've been drafted, but those have usually been in special circumstances, like, oh, we meant to draft this guy, I traded for the wrong pick, or whatnot, like special conditions like that. Did I hear Desora is taking over the Canucks for the deadline? Could be, eh? I think she might have to slot in as I go on extended holiday. I don't think Pasta should go. Keep him around until retirement. That's why I don't think he should go either because of performance. If anything, it would just be because of the roster spots that we need to get people into. So Rawlings was just drafted here 12th overall. That's the reason I kind of shy away from him. Langkow in Montreal is another option that Jenzy McKenzie brought up. If we look at him on the block, Langkow 76 at 20. Maybe Rawlings wants out due to toxic culture. That makes sense, but he's only been in the culture for 2 months, right? He's only been in the team for 2 months. Maybe by the deadline, Gen Z, I could see that. I could see it by the deadline, but the preseason hasn't even started yet. A Desora dynasty. Yeah, we're gonna do we'll do a fantasy draft where she chooses the players. Yeah, and defensive prospects are also a question mark usually as well. So Langkow, he's a playmaker, 88 passing, 8th overall pick in 2031, still yet to make his NHL debut. So maybe there's some storyline there where he's upset, where he's now 20. Is he even signed? He's signed to a contract. He's going to make it to the AHL now, but maybe being a first-round pick a couple of years ago, he's upset that it hasn't happened sooner. I don't know. Maybe something like that could be. I could see that making a bit more sense for us. Desora fantasy draft. Yeah, it's going to come. They want the fantasy draft, Desora.
Wow, it's flattering. Can't wait.
So if we put Langkow here from the Canadians, and I'm willing to send you potentially, definitely Bernard Docker is in there. But if we also toss in Pastrnak, the value is very much in our favor. The Canadians would be over the salary cap even. We could retain salary for 1 year on Pastrnak, then take back a pick, or we even package a pick and try to get something bigger back. Because we have a ton in this draft. You have a bunch of thirds. If I give you 2/3 and retain salary, not necessarily doing it, but just looking at the trade value, we'll retain 50% on Pastrnak, give you 2/3, Jury duty day? Look at that. King Turby with jury duty. No one better. The king. When the king has spoken, the jury must listen. I would love to do jury duty. So if we can get a first out of this, 2/3, Pastrnak at 50%. Do we have any active retentions? No, I don't believe so. We can get another first here, so we can flip 2/3 for another first. Pastrnak would be the first, I believe. So is this necessarily what we want to do? No, because Pastrnak provides value. But we also have to be thinking about the future of this team and getting some of those younger players on the fourth line up to the third line. That's what concerns me, especially if we can get someone with good playmaking on the line with Emelin, and I don't know, Stenberg seems to be a good playmaker on that line too. So let's keep this trade in mind. I'm not going to say wait to the deadline necessarily. JP says that he'd make this trade. I'm going to say keep this trade in mind for when we think, get a bit more, we could do that. For when it comes to our pause around 20 games. Which do you think will be more important to you, the inaugural database dynasty ring or the wedding ring? Ooh, that's a great question. That is a great question. I guess the wedding ring, but I don't know about that. But the database dynasty ring, that was... Because not only did I didn't just go all in and win year one and now my team's a bunch of retirement home players. I'm still a good young enough team. Like my average age I think is like 27 or 28 to my dynasty team. So it's not like I'm all in the 30s and I'm about to have everybody go off a cliff here. Do we want Langkow or is he just a toss-in? No, we do want Langkow. We do want him. I wouldn't mind getting a better center in this. I could even flip one of our... And that was the way in which we won as well, right? Wedding ring definitely. Yes, exactly. We need to use the Vegas strat. Get rid of people for the good of the team. I don't disagree. Again, I don't necessarily disagree. So I'd say let's trade one of our, like Jalen Wall, for example. Like one of those, like throw him into the deal to take back Langkow, you know? And then I would take back maybe a third. We have a lot of thirds this year, maybe a third next year. Something like this would be the trade, you know? So again, I'm going to take a picture of this even so I don't forget. I'm not saying let's look at this again at the deadline and then we forget about it. I'm saying like around the 10, 15, 20 game stop, that's when we'll reevaluate this. Not sure it goes through, but if it does, I don't think it would go through. I think we'll probably have to change that third for a later pick. But she's far enough away that she can't hit me though.
I could still throw.
I guess she could throw something. So this would be the idea of the deal. So again, it's still too early to pull the trigger, I think. But around that 10, 15, 20 game pause, we're going to look at that. Yes, half-hour mark. Don't forget to hydrate. Thank you. Cheers. Got my nice big cup of water.
Thank you out there to the viewers. I try to tell them often.
I hydrate pretty well. I think that's... Oh, there's one more comment. Sorry. So... One more. Oh, this was from Steven. Stephen Y. from Slovakia. Stomp twice if you're in danger. I'll let you know. And you can hear it pretty well on the camera, on this microphone. Stephen Y. said, "Hi Data, thank you for another really great example of how business should be done. Nice trades, nice draft, and for the most part, our team is ready for the next season. However, there are a couple of things I would like to point out. The first, looking at our coaching staff here, is that Crosby isn't happy. Rookie mistake. Rask put up good production on the third line. And Growell, I fully agree, Gen Z. So maybe Pastrnak plays out the year on the fourth line and first unit power play? Would that be crazy? I don't know. Anyways, Crosby isn't as happy because he's making the least money of all our coaches. But I leave it the way as is. It doesn't matter that much. I think we can survive. I remind Data to hydrate more than I remember to. The next thing is more serious. As you mentioned, we can't play Lucic and Nazar together, but you also can't play Nazar either on the first line because McIntyre's from the US. I think we should get Pastrnak back into the top 6 and then rethink what we do with the situation. Maybe Nazar out and some center from a country like Finland, Sweden, Russia, or Czechia in the top 6. Was Aho on the trade block as a short-term fix? Let's go back and check that from the Hurricanes. Even Cardwell from Austria, the guy who was just drafted 4th overall. Go back here. I'm actually not a coffee drinker myself, Mighty Joe. Let's go to, Carolina. Yes, Aho is on the block. But keep in mind, he's making 11.4 million as a 36-year-old for 3 more years at 85 overall. That's the problem. How's his production? Still, okay, but 47 and 59 games. Yeah, I don't know if I want to take on Aho at this time. Anyways, we do want to essentially, we want to be careful about the Americans in the top 9. We did find a potential trade, but we're not pulling the trigger on it just yet, King Turby. And there's one more thing, last thing from Steven's comment. I really appreciate all the work that you've been doing, though I do not fully understand the extent of it as I've been around for just a few short months. You create so much content, it took me so long to catch up with this series, and now I'm behind in the Canucks one. Your time management must be special, and big thanks to your fiancé for supporting you in what you are doing. Now, we all understand if you take your time off and there's even no post for a couple of weeks, that's exactly what happened. You're doing all this in your own free time, and you definitely deserve time off with your family. Enjoy it. Enjoy your holidays, and see you whenever you're ready to come back, and then we can go full gas to improve this team. Have a nice one. Not just you, but all the nice people I meet here. I enjoy it a lot. Let's go Fleet. Very kind comment from Steven, who is watching over in Slovakia. Thank you for that. Mighty Joe also saying, my friend, yeah, that's exactly it. Steven, I love the new members of the community. He's in the Discord, he's in the comments, he's loving the series, and I appreciate those kind words of acknowledgement as well, Steven. I know Steven's not his real name, he's just an Iserman fan, but we'll call him Stevie Y anyways. So Rickard Rask signs the extension. We can start moving towards the preseason now. We've gone through the first half hour of getting back into the series. Rickard Rask takes the extension. That's great. Now we're waiting on Elinen also extends. Not yet. All right. So first game of the preseason now. We only have 3 games, so we got to make them count. So Ylonen and Rask both extend, which is great. I want to see how we do without just Pastrnak in the bottom 6. If we put Rask here, sniper, but 88 passing. If we try Rask, and what are the face-offs? 83. So if we try Rask, Emelin, and Lucic as the third line, Nesterov, 78 passing. Yeah, he's not really a passer. Blumdahl, same thing, 80 passing. So if we go Rask, Emelin, Lucic on the second line, Stenberg, Perfetti, McIntyre, Valchevas, Nazar, Lafreniere. Let's try that in the preseason. Defense we won't touch, and goaltending is good to go. Let's try that, and Pastrnak on the fourth line. But the power play, I usually wait until after the preseason, but we actually want to look how this power play would do. So Hudson goes there. I would probably say Lucic goes finisher on Unit 1, especially as he's going to be having to play third-line minutes for right now. So Skylar Lucic would go first unit on the right here as the finisher. Perfetti could be the centerman with 83 faceoffs, sure. McIntyre go here. Pastrnak wouldn't go power play 1, though, for right now. Balachevitz, would he be the finisher? 96, 95. No, McIntyre should probably stay on the first. Balachevitz will go the finisher on unit number 2, plus he's playing first line. Nesterov can be the placeholder here for a second. Balachevitz will be the finisher on this line here. Nazar center. Stenberg could probably go up here at the point as the playmaker, because no one else on defense is really as offensive. Sider could maybe play, but if we put, who would be a better fit? Emelin getting power play time, maybe? Or maybe one of the young guys. Nesterov on one, Blumdahl on the other. Let's see for the preseason. H-Jaw's welcome. We've gone through just a lot of the game plan. We've talked about potential trades. We've done, because, well, Rask is playing third line. Rask is going to play third line, and we'll give the 2 fourth-liners power play time. We'll see how that goes. And we're now looking at line combinations into the preseason, but you haven't missed any simulation just yet. So I won't touch Pony Kill just yet, but for the 2 power play units, I want to get those done. So Rask will get the third line minutes, while the 2 fourth-liners, younger fourth-liners, will get the power play minutes instead of the even strength minutes. So here we go into Game 1 of the preseason. Let's see the results from this one. 2-1 after the first. McIntyre scores twice. He wants that captaincy. We've got to name a captain by the end of the preseason, and he wants it. Second period, now 6-1. Perfetti, Nazar, Blumdahl, and hat-trick for Avery McIntyre. There it is. Plus a shorthanded goal for Frank Nazar. Third period ends 6-1. Shots end 37-22. 3 stars in this one. McIntyre, 3 goals and an assist. Otto Stenberg with 4 assists. And Cole Perfetti with a goal and 2 assists. That could be electric. That second line could be something, eh? No C for Marner 2.0. That second line could really be something. Yeah, everyone excited for college football 25. Yep. Plus, don't tell me I have any negatives. Yeah, okay. Lucic had an assist. That's good. Lafreniere, no points for Lafreniere. The called upon point leader, but it's just the start of the preseason. It's all right. What I want to do and easy decision from Mikola. Let's go. That's a big catch right there, as we won't have to figure out a new goalie, nor do we have to overpay anybody else. So we get Mikola signed on 7.95 for the next 6 years, bringing him to 34 after this season. That would be great. The bust allegations. Well, after in this universe, yes. In this universe, he's beating the bust allegations with back-to-back 70-plus point seasons, but we'll see if it can continue. So now that leaves us with how much money for the extensions? Like, let's say for Lucic, that leaves us with 7.43 for the other players, including Lucic. But that could include, I don't know, who else could be traded out if we needed to free up money? Sorry. If, for example, next season we needed to free up money, who would be first man up to say, like, you're on the hot seat? It could be Boldzuk, as good as he's been. Perfetti had a franchise record 77 assists last year or 2 years ago. Yes, that's true. It could be Ramirez as well. Boldzuk or Ramirez would be on the hot seat if we need to clear up money in a pinch. Yeah, that would be exactly it. And we want to get Man up here too. We want to get Man in the NHL. He's making 1.75 to be in the AHL. That's too much, probably. If we look at the defense... Oops, not team strategies. Come on. Defense. Should Ylonen have to fight with Man? Or should it be a guaranteed spot for him? Let's go to roster moves here. Let's get Man up for a game in the preseason. Man will come up, and Bernard Docker will go down since he's going to be traded no matter what anyways. And for the forwards, we already have Olvecki, who I want to give a chance to here. So we'll go best lines in the AHL for now, as we haven't fixed them just yet. And up in the NHL, we'll bring Man to play with Boldzuk on the third pair. Dale Mann, Norwegian, docking the Docker, yes. And he has great fits. Look at Dale Mann's fits here. On line 1 and 2, perfect, and great on line pair 3. 89 shot blocking, second round pick of the Blue Jackets in 2027. Yet to get NHL. Oh, he played 1 NHL season. 3 AHL seasons. 1 in the NHL, then back to the AHL. He was a plus 51 last year in the AHL. So Dale Mann will get third pair minutes this next game. And I think we'll also try... I think I'm going to try Pastrnak out. He should be guaranteed because he has more room to grow than Man. Does he? Okay, could be. We'll see how Man does. Ylonen is 22 with low elite at 78. While Man is 24 with low elite at 24. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But I'm thinking, I just want to get some... I want to see what Man can do in case Ramirez is out. And the third pair becomes Ylonen and Man, because Boldzuk goes up to play with Eriksson on the second pair. You see what I'm saying? So I want to experiment with Olvecki in the lineup as well. So Pastrnak will come out for Olvecki. Could he go up here with Lucic and Emelin? I do want to see how he plays with Lucic. So Rask will play just one game on the fourth line. Let's go back to the preseason here, facing the LA Kings. McIntyre coming off that hat trick, pushing for the captaincy. First period, 3-0. Nazar, Valachevitz, and Perfetti. Second period, 0-0. And sorry, no scoring. McIntyre captain argument is in your Discord DMs. Too big for YouTube. Gotcha. Never thought I'd see the day where Pasha has regressed now. No, he's not a fourth line player. It's just preseason. Don't worry about it. Valachevitz scores, but we win 4-2 the final. All right, let's read Hobbsy's argument here. For Mac, or I should probably read it once we end the preseason. I see. Okay, I'll read it once we have to make a decision. Jonas, this series is why I love Thursdays so much. Gives me something to listen to while I do my franchise mode. Let's go. There you go. Starfleet Thursdays, Jonas. Glad you could enjoy, and happy to have you in the stream. Lashoff did well, 34 saves. Valachevitz scores twice, 3 assists from Lafreniere. Starting to heat up, getting ready for the regular season. Stenberg has 6 assists in 2 games. He's loving the top 6. We'll sim ahead here to the Sharks. Mighty Joe, Desora, when you get the time to tune into data, where do you prefer to tune in from? Phone, computer, or TV? Welcome, Slim.
That's a great question. Often, I will say that I have the very busy evenings with my job. I'm very busy in the evening, so I'll often have him up on the TV, then do some work on my computer, something like that.
Sorry, I was reading something. Slim says, Desora, you're a dork. That's just Slim, though. Don't worry about it. He means it he means well. Okay, so I was trying to. So thank you for that question, my Joe. Olvecki, I was about to say a 5-minute major and a -1. Not a great show. So we'll bring him back out, Pasternak back in. Olvecki's. I'm not putting him down, but just saying it wasn't a great show. That's a bannable offense for Slim, eh? Might just be. So let's try Ramirez out just for one game. Bolduc would come up. And we'll give Ilonin's time to... Ramirez's time to Ylonin. Let's try Ylonin and Man on a pair with Bolduc moving up with Eriksson and see how that goes. And we'll give a start here to Zherdev since Mikla started twice. We'll keep the rest of the team as is. Rask, Emelin, Lucic, Nesterov, Blumdahl, Pasternak. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, Desora's here. We need some real grit and grind players, real greasy guys. That's what I'm hoping the fourth line can be. Even though they're more offensively minded, I think they have the size and the ability to do it. All right, last game of the preseason here against the Sharks. Jailable, directly to jail. Don't pass go, don't collect 200, nothing. Slim on thin ice. We'll check how many years Sider has left on his contract as well in a moment. First period, 1-0 Sharks. Second period, 4-2. Yikes. Stenberg and Valchevitz score, but Zherdev allows 4 on 16. Third period, 5-4. We almost come back. Nesterov scores, and so does Valchevitz, but we fall 5-4. Despite outshooting San Jose 38-23. Not a great show there from Zherdev. We look at our stats. Oops. Yes. Lafreniere with 2 assists, but -2. Valchevitz 2 goals, but -3. Stenberg, Perfetti, McIntyre all +1. -3 from Valchevitz, Nazar. Man, a -3. Ylonin, -3. Oh boy. Data and Desora play Mortal Kombat? I don't know about that. Jellicon gives me an idea. Data plays Monopoly, either against a CP. You know what? Where can I do that, Hobbsy? Is it only on Steam? I'm a huge Monopoly guy. It's a science. I love Monopoly. So, Man, is he going to go down, or is he just going to go as a scratch for now? He should probably be a scratch, because he's making $1.75 million. Yes, he's low elite, but he's also 24. I think we're going to keep Dale Mann as the healthy scratch, and we'll trade Bernard Docker. Ylonin will come in as the full-timer, at least to start. Ramirez comes back here. I'm just looking to my left here. I see Canada-opoly, Italy-opoly. We have my friend, some of the Pokemon-opoly. I don't even know anything about Pokemon, but I've played Pokemon-opoly a lot. Could you play on the PS5? Could you? But how many rules? Can you really decide your rules and stuff like that? Slim says, Desora, how about them Blues?
Wow, are they aware that I'm a Blues fan?
Slim is.
I don't know how much
Slim has a good memory.
Lore they know about Desora.
Desora, yeah, Desora is a Blues fan.
I am a Blues fan, yeah.
How about them Blues, Slim says.
Blues, look, gotta love the Blues.
So I think this is the lineup. The question is Pasternak. Let's look at the points. Again, super small sample size, but 3 games. Let's see the points after the preseason here. Otto Stenberg, 7 points in 3 games. Mathieu Joseph, yeah, a former Senators player named Mathieu Joseph is now in St. Louis, and Hobbsy says take care of him.
We'll do. I will say I'm a bigger St. Louis Cardinals fan.
Oh yeah, big Cardinals fan. Fan.
But I do enjoy the Blues as well.
Yeah. So Stenberg, 7 points in 3 games. You love it. McIntyre, Perfetti, Nazar, and Lafreniere, all 5 points in 3 games. 3 goals in 3 games for McIntyre. 4 goals from Valachevitz. This is exactly what we want to see in the regular season. Pasternak, 2 assists in 2 games. He still got it. Hudson, 2. Blumdahl had a goal. Nesterov had a goal. Lucic only an assist and -2. Ramirez, 2 games +1. Man, 2 games -2. Ylonin, 2 games -2. Pond Hockey-opoly. How about that? Moritz Seider signed on for 4 more years, including this one. Bolduc, 3 games +4. What a machine. Rickard Rask, 3 games, -1. He had 10:45 of ice time. How much did these guys have? Nesterov at 10:54, 10:57. We've got to know her favorite Cardinals players, all-time, current, or both.
Wow.
No, I'm not a Cubs guy, Slim. I've been to a Cubs game. I'm not a Cubs guy.
No.
3, Emlyn didn't look great.
I wouldn't be with him if you were a Cubs fan.
Right. Let's hear all-time Cardinals, current, or... Oh, wow. Look at... By the way, Zherdev had 782 as his save percentage. How about that? I'm not sure if I've ever seen that. Data 782 with 782 save percentage. Never seen that. Lubomir didn't look great. Mikola was solid. He'll continue, of course, to be the starter. No question. What do you got?
Wow, so Ozzie Smith is a really good name that you dropped there. High praise, but I would say that my favorite player all time would be Stan Musial. Really good guy. Solid. Did a lot for St. Louis City on and off the fields. Very good guy. Currently, I'm enjoying Newt Bar.
Newt.
But,
Newt.
Yeah.
Great.
Good names. Chris Carpenter's great one. Wayno, great one. So many players to love on the St. Louis Cardinals, through the decades.
So Nesterov, I don't know. So Nesterov, when we start thinking about who's going to be going where for the power play, Pastrnak probably has to be here. But then that's ice time for Blumdahl and Nesterov. It's really tough. Pastrnak, can he really be a fourth liner? I don't know. Can he really be a fourth liner? I think we'll start the season with Pastrnak on the fourth line. And if we're struggling, he's going to come up. Instead of saying that we've traded him, we'll boost his ice time, I suppose. If data is data 782, what number is Desora?
What number?
Do you have a number, Desora?
My number. Well, it's not as impressive as 782.
Well, because really my number is 22.
Right.
782, I've spoken about this before. 782 really holds no symbolism, aside from it being my iconic username from Club Penguin back in 20 years ago now, or 18 years ago.
I guess when I played sports, I played a lot of different sports, but probably at the highest level, I played volleyball for many, many years. So in sports, I was always number 9. So maybe that could be my number.
Yeah. And yeah, good point from Gen Z. We're always slow starters. So Pastrnak getting us over that hump when needed might be valuable. But we'll start with the lineup looking like this to start the year. Things are going to be very fluid. Like we said, after those 10, 15 games, we'll look at that possible trade again. Don't worry about the beginning, as always. So that'll be the power play. Sorry that it's such a slow start to the season here. So we'll go Nesterov on the first power play to see if that shooting does anything. We'll go Blumdahl on the second power play for ice time. 4-man power play, Perfetti, McIntyre, Valachevis, and Hudson. Yeah, that's a monster. Actually, I didn't do the rolls. My apology. I forgot to change the rolls. Distributor would be Hudson. Finisher is... maybe this is why things didn't work as well on the power play. Best thing in St. Louis is the world's largest ketchup bottle.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
Catsup bottle.
If we have the
yeah, Rask will get... Sorry, Rask will get penalty kill time. He will.
If we had that, I had no idea. So you'll have to enlighten me on where it is.
Respecting the old school. Yeah, the easiest way to get Slim's respect. Respect the old school legends.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can Valachevis be the puck carrier and the finisher? I think he could. He's a big power forward, so I'm going to try to do that. 4-man power play, yes. Distributor would be Hudson. Or him, though. Yeah, that's it. Gloria. Route 159. Here, she's going to pull it up. Keith Hernandez. All I really know is from Seinfeld. Big Pete. Polar Bear Pete. Could McIntyre... Yeah, McIntyre can finish here. And puck carrier, I would be Valachevis. Gets the +5. And on the 4-man power play, 2. Nazar, Lucic, Stenberg. That works. And Pastrnak can get some ice time here. We can do that. Even though Lafreniere would probably go, but we can do it. Distributor can be Pastrnak. Unless, actually, no, Pastrnak can go here and Stenberg can be distributor at the point. Stenberg distribute, Lucic finish, puck carrier. Could be Pastrnak. There we go. Penalty kill. Okay, so penalty kill. Well, I won't touch the defense just yet, but first unit, Emelin probably goes second unit. McIntyre probably first because he has the better faceoffs at 88. So Emelin, maybe Valachevis comes first unit. Yeah, McIntyre, Valachevis. Second unit can be Yeah, it can be Nazar and Rask, let's say. To get him some ice time. Rask, he's not great defensively, but we got to give him that ice time a little bit. And third pair... Is he left? Yeah, he can go here. Perfetti and Emelin? Now that works. Who has the better face-offs? Even. Yeah, we go Perfetti Emelin. That could work on the third pair. And Boldzuk's the lefty here. No, but Hudson's also left. That works. Okay. Extra lines. Perfetti Valachevitz. Hudson's okay, that works. McIntyre, Nazar. I'm going to go McIntyre, Lafreniere, actually. McIntyre, Lafreniere. And third, we'll go Stenberg and Nazar. Probably Nazar, better face-offs. Nazar, Lucic, I think we got to go. We got to put some respect on Skylar Lucic's name. He continues to do it year in and year out. Nazar, Lucic. 3-on-3 lines. Sorry, does Data's AI brain carry the answer? St. Louis has 16 sister cities. One of them is in Italy. Really? I could name you a couple dozen cities in Italy, but... Oh, it's just coming to me. It must be Bologna. It's just coming to me. Thank you. The AI computations have been made. Oh, I'm sorry. Mighty Joe said I should have taken 3 guesses. I'm sorry. I could name you half a dozen. I could name you a couple dozen cities in Italy just from watching City Ass soccer, football. But I wouldn't have. I don't know if I would have. I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Sorry. So 3-on-3 overtime lines. We'll go Hudson. Perfetti Valachevis Hudson. Second thing, McIntyre. Same thing. As Lafreniere can play with McIntyre here. What other MLB teams are like? Oh, I like a lot of MLB teams. There's none that I really dislike. Except maybe the Yankees. I don't even dislike the Yankees themselves. It's just like the fans and I totally get it. It's like, you know, any old franchise, including the Canadians, will have delusional, crazy fans that are living in the past. Back to our previous topic, there's a Monopoly Plus on PS5, but the reviews aren't great. However, Ubisoft is apparently making one that comes out in September. Ooh, okay, exciting. Sorry, so 3-on-3 line 3, we'll go Stenberg, Lucic, Eriksson. That's what we'll do. Same as the 4-on-4 lines, just a different defense. Nazar will go here. The board game itself could be used. There you go. Get a little GoPro action going. And finally, the shootout. 95-95. Actually, hold on. We need Lucic in here. '86-'87, Nazar comes out. Lucic will come in. And we'll put that fourth liner in there. Yeska hates the Astros. Yeah, fair enough. Lucic and Nesterov will also come in. There we go. We should be deadly in the shootout. 95-95. 96-96, so he'll go here. Nesterov, 95-95, with even higher strength. No, 93-93. Hey, Dice, welcome aboard. Request to be beamed granted. 94-94. Yeah, he's shooting 4th. That's crazy. And Pasternak, 91-91, shoots 5th. All right. Goalies, scratches. Whew. All done. There are the lines. In the AHL, we'll try to make this quick. Grabeshkov will come up. Brizgalov will come up. These guys actually have some potential. Low top 6. Low top 6. Yeah, Wall, not as much at his age. Medium top 6. Dvorak will come up. Nabokov, Ferguson, yes. Lombardi, low elite. Low top 6, low top 6. They're all 22. Mueller's 21. Medium top 6. Yeah, he should come up. Maybe even playing center. 72 versus 64. But Brizgalov will never grow, so Mueller will play there. Lombardi, Dvorak, Morales, he's 24, though. Medium top 6. Wall, also 24. Yeah, okay, we'll go lines looking like this. Defense, Fedorov, low top 4. Bernard Docker actually has to come. Well, he'll be traded. We'll fix it up soon enough. We need some defense down here, eh? Yeah, we need to sign some defensemen. Actually, Fistrick and Funk are there. Why is Ponikarovsky put up so high in the lineup? With no scratches. We gotta sign a couple. We gotta sign a forward and a defenseman. The AHL. Made a run to the UCL the Champions League semifinal with Copenhagen, and everyone's trying to buy my players. It's terrible. Oh, classic. Sometimes then you just put a crazy number and then they accept it. Then you're out your player, and it's devastating. Okay, let's sign a couple AHL players, and then we're good to go. Whew, it's been like it's been an hour. Desora, were you a fan of the St. Louis Rams?
I wouldn't say that I personally was a fan of the St. Louis Rams. I'm not the biggest football person. Out of all the major sports, I would say football's probably bottom of the list for me. My dad was a fan, so I've watched my fair share of St. Louis Rams football games.
There you go. We'll sign... Who can be on defense? Would it be Tyson Waters? Anyone younger? No, 20 is the youngest. 50, yeah, he's 56, but it's just for depth. Just for depth. Thoughts on the passing of Cap Friendly? Devastating. Puckpedia is great, and I recommend them very highly. But just as someone who just loves the numbers and loved the access to it and how convenient it was, definitely sad. I understand the reason why it would happen and why the Capitals would want to purchase it. If it's more due to the league pressuring, then that's too bad. But I appreciate what Cap Friendly did, and I look forward to Puckpedia doing it as well. We have enough centermen. Wilson Thompson. Let's sign him. Why not? Low top 6. Let's see what happens. Just get a couple depth players in there for injuries. Whew. Finally. So now it's time to make the decision on the captaincy between Perfetti and McIntyre. So if we look at Hobbsy's argument that he sent me, McIntyre captain argument, using what I can see on the sheet, which is also always linked in the description. He's been our MVP since he entered the league. Rookie season, he wins the Calder, scores 49 goals, plus 14 in the run to the final, leading the team in both regular season and the playoffs. Next, year 2, scores 56 goals, plus 21 in the playoffs, lead the team yet again while winning the Cup, also picked up the Rocket. Year 3, leads the team in goals again with 48. Year 4, scores 51 to once again lead the team. This was Perfetti's big season, but how many of those 72 assists were McIntyre goals? Plus, led the team in goal scoring in the playoffs again. Not going to go through all the years. He's been our goal leader every season he's been in the league, and 5 of the 6 years in the playoffs. Now, obviously, the points aren't everything. You're welcome, Slim. But you also need to score to win, and he's been clearly our Starfleet MVP for years. I like Perfetti. He's a solid choice, but I think McIntyre, the homegrown talent, our best player, deserves the chance to lead the boys to another cup. So I'm going to have it come down to the AGMs, having given my argument for Perfetti already, and reading this argument for McIntyre once more. I'm going to say, let's say a P in the chat for Perfetti, and an M in the chat for McIntyre. I'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute, and we'll go with majority rules from the AGMs. Do you lean one way or the other, Lieutenant Desora?
Well, I'll let the votes come in. I don't want to sway things too much.
Right, all right. Personally, I would probably put and I've already said it, so it's not the end of the world, I would probably put my vote for Cole Perfetti. But I understand both sides. Just one vote per person. I won't be counting multiples, Yeska, sorry. Desora, what do you think about legend Jack931_? What can you tell me?
I cannot tell much.
So, King Turby, I got an S in here. Who's your vote for? Is that right in the middle of the alphabet between M and P? Actually, S is after P, so. No problem, Yeska. Just that it wouldn't. Just to let you know, no need to start posting a million because I'm only going to be counting one. So put a P in the chat for Perfetti and put an M in the chat for McIntyre. Oh, for Cider. Oh, sorry. Wasn't thinking. Cider, honestly, would be the next man up for an alternate if Ramirez were to be gone. And he's not a bad choice. It's just, I think it comes down to McIntyre versus Perfetti. So if we counted so far, that is 1 for Cider, 1 for Perfetti, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for McIntyre. Inverted, false 9. We could play with false 9, yeah. Let's go false 9. 2 for Perfetti's. H-Jaws puts a P out there. So 4 for McIntyre, 2 for Perfetti, 1 for Sider. And Skylar Lucic getting an A would also be good. Does Ramirez get stripped of the A? Perfetti, another vote from Landon here. So Mac, let me just put in the chat for an update. There you go. So it's 4-3-1 at this point. I'll leave it open for a little while longer, just for anyone else who has a vote. And I'll hydrate as another half hour has passed. Oof, we haven't even gotten the season started yet. My goodness. This stream could have just been a recap, catch up, make some decisions, and see you next week type of thing. Jonas gives a 5th vote for McIntyre. And I'll close it. I'm going to give it a 20-second countdown in my head here. King Derby, can I be Chaos and go P and make you pick? Well, it would make it 5-4 now. It would go 5-4 if you want to do that, King Derby. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So by a vote of 5-3-1, the next captain of the San Francisco Starfleet will be Avery McIntyre. I do think there's great arguments for Perfetti. Maybe it'll be a Koivu-Kovalev type of thing where whenever McIntyre's out, Perfetti wears the C. But Avery McIntyre, thank you for all that you've done for our team so far, and we look forward to much more to come. Hopefully, with this C on your chest, you can feel the added responsibility and go above and beyond what we've been seeing so far. Regular season monster. Playoffs have been all right. Stanley Cup, couple Rockets. He's been a disappointment. I said all right. He's been a disappointment. But he's 27. He's in his prime. Signed on for 3 more years. Hopefully a lifer here in San Francisco. The 9th overall pick in 2024. Wasn't the first overall pick. Wasn't, and I find it's almost rare to have a guy who's a 9th overall pick be a franchise guy. It's like you're either a top 3 guy or you're some crazy gem. But to be as good as he is for a 9th overall pick, I like that storyline. It's not always the guy who's drafted 1st, 2nd, or 3rd who the game knows will develop and simulate well. This guy, we drafted him 9th, we put in the work, we made the decision to get him, and there we go. So if he disappoints this season, take him out back, and we'll see. H-Jaws, all right. Let's simulate forward now to the first game of year number 11. Tyson Waters, a 55 overall, getting offered $850K, says I've not offered him enough based on his skills. Goodbye, Tyson Waters. Have fun in the 2nd division of Switzerland. And same thing for Wilson Thomas. Goodbye. What a joke. That's just sad. Let's stop simulation for a moment here. I'll just sign everybody else. Let's go back to free agency. 2-way sorting by overall, forwards. I'll just sign someone who's just better than, I guess. Alexi. Sure, why not? Or should it be someone who maybe could grow? Who knows? Nah, I'm not going to sweat it. Alexi, welcome. 1 year. 850 is the max I can offer him. No? Yeah, because we only have 845 in cap space. He wants 850. Oh, because he wanted Thompson wanted 1 million. Oh, okay. So I should go to affordable. Then there's nobody. So 2-way. Alexi wants 850. So we can give him his 850. And if we go to defense, who wants 850? Barlow? Sure. Eddie. I was right. Eddie Barlow. That's a total guess though. 92 passing. Okay. Eddie Barlow. Great. What a joke. Have fun playing for 12 rubles and a cold shower in Belarus. That's good, H-Jaws. All right, let's into the first game here against the Oilers. Are these guys what's the word? Ungrateful? No, they're not. Alexi signs on and Barlow signs on. The cash offer was most generous. Yes, it was. As Mighty Joe says, don't forget to hit the like button. Very much appreciated. And of course, as always, subscribe if you haven't already for all of our ongoing franchise mode series and our upcoming career simulations. We just did Demidov, almost at 15,000 views. Looking forward to what the next career sim coming up. Desora, prediction for this Oilers game for the season opener against the Oilers. What's your prediction? These guys have passion. Yes, Landon. And I mentioned this in Discord server. I think McDavid's still playing. Yesterday, I'm driving back on the highway. 3 hours of traffic to the airport and back in Montreal traffic. And the amount of people who had no passion on the roads was ridiculous. Driving 70 when you should be going 100 in the fast lane on the highway. When you come out of crazy traffic, it's wide open and you keep going as slow as it was. You have no passion? I was going crazy. Desora can vouch for it.
If you think you've seen him really get to a height here on YouTube, you should see him in 3-hour traffic in the rain and coming back from the airport.
I think I was pretty calm though. I just couldn't believe that people didn't have passion. That was the problem. It's alright, we were blasting some tunes. Zharkov will sit. Fistrick should be in the lineup. Why is this guy Ponikarovsky playing? 19 medium 7th. Atlanta traffic worse than Montreal traffic? No chance. Let's go Fistrick. So Barlow, no, he's not going to play top pair. Boumdien. No. Data has road rage and new lore. No, I do not. Desora, speak to the people.
Okay, I will say it's not road rage, but he's very passionate about telling what people should be doing on the road.
That's it. I won't yell at that person. I'll say I can't believe that this person doesn't have passion.
Right.
Yeah. I won't yell at that person that they don't have passion, but I'll tell myself, how can this person not have passion?
Yeah, a lot of observation.
I'm observative.
Road passion over road rage. I would agree with that.
Road passion over road rage.
It doesn't have a lot of rage.
Okay, good. There you go. Thank you. Now the AHL lineup. Great. All right, season opener prediction, Lieutenant.
Big win.
Big win on the road at Rogers Place. Avery McIntyre with the C on his chest. Second captain in franchise history. Captain on the bridge. Game 1, year 11. Let's do it against the Oilers for what is hopefully going to be not as slow of a start as per usual. First period, and it's 2-2 after 20. Lucic opens up the season. You love to see it. Former Starfleet officer Owen Beck ties it. McDavid puts the Oilers up, and then Valachevitz, who was great in the preseason, ties it at 2. I mean, the rage of the AI live sims. Desora's seen that rage. Get someone get data at card decal that says, where's your passion? That's good. Where's your passion? That's good. 5-3 dub, Avery 2 goals is my prediction, says Yeska. Love it. Data and I are exact same driver confirmed. Verbally passionate over drivers, not driving the way they were taught to drive. There you go. Come on, Madame, Monsieur, get off the roads, Monsieur. But I'll say that to myself. Shots are 14-11 for the Oilers through 20. And there's Cole Perfetti scoring the first shot of the second period. Second period ends 4-2. Essa Blumdahl down on that fourth line makes it 4-2. No, I told you something. I'm on a lifetime streak. 0 words. So the shots are 23-22 in our favor through 40 minutes. We're up by 2. 4-2 Starfleet with Essa Blumdahl down on that fourth line, putting us up by a little extra here. On the road in Edmonton, power play Oilers, but it's a shorthanded goal from Essa Blumdahl. His second of the night to start his second season. Power plays back and forth, everything back to even strength, and McIntyre gets that one. Never Slims. Never. It's never happened. 2 minutes to go, and that'll be all she wrote. Shots end 33-32 for the Oilers, but we win 6-2 the final. 2 goals per period. Blumdahl scores twice to kick off his sophomore season. Mikkola makes 31 saves on his new extension, which will kick in next year. And Cole Perfetti, a goal and an assist. 6-2 San Francisco, the final. And what was Dice's comment up here? It's the inspiration from Mad Max. Every street is named Peach something, so it's impossible to navigate. The speed limit equals the highway. Oh, I see that. Is that Atlanta? Really? Cry about it, Slim. All right, next we'll go see... Who did we lose against? The Avalanche. Yeah, we want to see the Avalanche whenever they pop up. But no need to stop just yet. We said we want to give it a good 10 games or so. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... And we'll go see game 10 against the Coyotes. Here we go. On the road against the... And Morales is already injured. 9-4 loss on the road. Oh my goodness. Then a 4-2 win. 5-4 overtime win. Predators and Leafs are the only teams we're playing here. 4-3 win. 5-2 loss. Morales back to full health in the AHL. Okay, let's get him back in there. So, Passion by Rod Stewart. No, I guess... No. But it should be up there. I did too, Landon. I did too. I forgot to change back, of course. AHL, NHL. I still gotta see the Blues. 4-3 shootout win, then a 4-2 win. There we go. That's what we like to see. One more game against the Flames for Game 9. Another injury in the AHL. 7-6 loss for Game 9. Now here's Game 10. We're 6-3 facing the 3-4-1 Coyotes. Having 2 weeks of no tears. First period, 3-1. Nestrov on the power play, then Valachevitz. Connor makes it a 2-1 game, and Stenberg puts us up by 2. Second period, 3-1 it remains. Third period, up by 2 shots, 23-16 through 40. Nestrov, his second on the power play, and we'll call it there. 6-2 the final. Perfetti and another power play goal from Lucic. 6-2 Starfleet. Nestrov scores twice, a goal and an assist from Perfetti, and the same for Skylar Lucic. Alrighty. So through 10 games, we are 7-3-0. How's the AHL? 4-5-1. All right, so we're 7-3-0 through 10 games. A better start than I thought. 15 points in 10 games from Cole Perfetti. Very good. Any standouts after 10 games? Small sample size, but any standouts, struggles or not? If Starfleet start to crumble, Data has to sing these 2 lines of the song to the locker room. There's no passion, there's no passion, there's no passion, I need passion. There you go. That's where I break the copyright to sing that song. All right, so Perfetti 15. Valachevitz has 10 goals in 10 games. Okay. McIntyre 13. Nazar and Lafreniere with 11. Stenberg with 10. So that's 6 point-per-game plus players through 10 games. Lucic has 6 goals and 9 points. Love that. Hudson, 9 points as well. Just getting a Discord notification here. Gotcha. Rickard Rask, 5 points in 10 games. The rookie on a 41-point pace. That be it? Very nice. Okay. Emlyn also has 5. Ylonen has 4. Blumdahl, Nesterov, 2 goals coming in that same game. Boldzuk, 4 points plus 7. Beautiful. 3 points in 10 games for Pasternak, playing 7.5 minutes. That's the problem. Ramirez, 3 points plus 4. Sider, 1 goal, -3. Eriksson, -2. Okay, not the greatest numbers there from Sider or Eriksson. And for goaltending, Mikula is 5-2. These are ugly numbers. Great record. A combined, 885 save percentage with 3.75 goals against average, 3.8 goals against average. Yeah, these are ugly numbers from the goaltenders so far. But the scoring has definitely been there. So that being said, I don't think we know enough to make a decision on who's getting traded when or where and for what. So let's get another 10 games or so in. Let's see if we face the Blues or the Avalanche between now and then. Even the that's usually the Blackhawks, the team that eliminated us not last season but the season before. So 1 game on the road against the Kings, and then we'll face the Blackhawks. 5-0 shutout victory. There we go. After we critique the goaltending, 5-0 shutout victory. On the road now. They had one, and that's a good point from Gen Z. Each goalie had maybe 1 or 2 bad games. So let's see what happens with a larger sample size. 2-1 Blackhawks after 20. Nazar opens it up against his old team. The Metropolit scores twice. Second period, 4-2, big comeback. 3-goal period from Starfleet. Valachevitz, Blumdahl, and Ramirez. 4-2 shots, almost tripled in our favor. Now they are 33-11, but we're only up by 2. Now up by 1. Gauthier Leduc. If this guy's name is Sylvain, imagine Sylvain Gauthier Leduc. 4-3, more than doubling the shots, but only up by 1. As they score 3 on 15, we have 4 on 38. Final 3 minutes of this one. Blackhawks power play late, but Stenberg adds the empty netter, and we take it 5-3. Thank goodness. Whew. Goal and 2 assists for Nazar against his old team as well, and we'll win that one. A little bit of revenge. All right, so let's keep on simulating now. Let's go see no one in particular. Let's just simulate and see where we get to. Timofey is fully healed. Very good. Clutch empty net goal. Love to see it for Slim. Timofey, welcome back. Panik, what's crazy? Fedorov. Second round pick. 21, low top 4. This defense just can't grow. Defensemen just can't grow. It's crazy. All right, back-to-back here. 3-2 win against the Ducks, then a 3-2 loss against the Kings. Overtime win, then a regulation loss. Shootout loss against the Ducks. 1-0 shutout victory against the Flames. 4th shootout win. Do we get the story of how Data and Desora met tonight? No, that's for another video. That's a big one.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a long story. Great story.
It's a whole video.
We could sell it. I gotta find who would want to. Who could I sell this to?
Really?
Sell the rights. It's a crazy story. Defensive defensemen never get any respect, as we have like 3 in our lineup, including one who's an 89 overall. Cry harder, please. Let's keep on going. That's actually, how many games have we played now? It's 17? Where are we? 17. So 18, 19, and then 20 will be against the Devils here. No, thank you. 3-2 shootout win against the Ducks. 4-3 win against the Lightning. We're 14-4-1 here for game number 20. On the road against the Devils. No, not a Habs game. First period, 2-2. Afanaseyev, former Starfleet officer, opens it up, but then Lafreniere on the power play against former Starfleet officer Sebastian Kosa. Then Nazar as well, and McQueen gets one. Second period, 5-4. Oh my goodness. Bratt, Baudouin, and Kolanos for the Devils. Lucic and Pastrnak for us. Shots are 24-22 in our favor. We're down by 1. Headed into the third period. We can definitely do this against Kosa. We know he's a choker. Come on now. The Devils are like 4-14. They have our reverse record. Thank you, Avery McIntyre, the captain for a reason. 5-5 game. Power play Devils. Jack Hughes scores just as the power play expires. 6 goals on 29 shots past Mikola. Ridiculous. Make it 7 on 33 against former Devil Alex Holtz now. Oh my goodness. 7 on 33. Ridiculous. As we drop this one 8-5 with an empty netter added. 8-5 loss against one of the worst teams in the NHL. Ridiculous. So that's 20 games. All right. No Comic-Con. Good guesses, though. So Valchevitz, after scoring 10 goals in 10 games, has now scored 2 goals in his last 10 games. That's crazy. Still with 22 points. And we now went from 6 point per game plus players to 4. Valchevitz with 22, Perfetti with 22, McIntyre 21, same for Nazar, so that's great. Lafreniere also 21, there you go. Stenberg has 18, Lucic 11 goals, 15 points, Hudson, Emelin, Blumdahl 10 points in 20 games, Pastrnak 7 in 20. He's great, but he just needs more ice time. Rask had 5 assists in 10 games and 1 assist in his last 10 games now for 6 and 20. Ramirez is a plus 10, which is good. Nesterov's not doing anything. Goaltending. Mikola's woken up a little bit with his numbers. 10-3-1 with 2 shutouts now. I don't know. What's up in the AHL? It's a split here. Because the top 6 scoring is there. I don't usually like doing this after 20 games, but let me just check the power play and the penalty kill. Power play, 24% is good. Penalty kill, 82.5 is also good. What is really the issue? Maybe we bump Rask down, give him power play time, but then put Nesterov up. Could that be... Or even Pastrnak up. No, we're not... No, you're gonna... I'm saving it for another time, Slim. Lucic... Actually, we'll probably put it like this. Nesterov... So then Rask would come down. Special teams number... Yeah, special teams are good. Yeah, now's not the time for the story. Because then if I start saying that's right, that's wrong, yeah, you're kind of half right, then it's gonna end with me saying the story. Power play. Blumdahl's been good. I'm gonna switch him with Nesterov, maybe. Alright, you got it, Slim. Off truck stop 802. You got it. Maybe power play for Pastrnak. I gotta have Pastrnak ice time somewhere. Rask... Okay, let's do that. Rask replaces Nesterov. He hasn't done anything on the power play. So let's do that. Rask replaces Nesterov, but also Rask gets bumped down to the 4th line. Alright, so he's a centerman, I forgot. Our worst minus player wasn't anything bad. I guess we could do this. I'm trying to get... Okay, but Pasternak's getting third-line minutes now, so that should be enough. Lucic, Emelin, Pasternak, and then the nationalities down here should be fine. Actually, no. Blumdahl and Rask cannot play together. That's a problem. That is a problem. That is a real problem. Oh, man. And unless we say, let's give Nesterov... Nesterov's going to come out of the lineup for a little bit. Let's try Bishop or Olvecki. Let's give Olvecki a chance, as he has more NHL experience. Let's go Olvecki, Blumdahl, Rask. And Nesterov's just going to sit for a few games to give Olvecki a chance. But, no, what am I saying? Blumdahl and Rask are the ones who have to change, not Nesterov. So it doesn't make sense, even. But we just... Rask and Pasternak is who we just had swapped. That's where Rask has been. I'm trying to shake things up in the bottom six. Does Emelin come down? No. Olvecki needs grit and passion. Desora, if I'm looking for new music and I ask you for 3 artists or bands that you enjoy, what would your answers be?
Wow.
Great question.
That's a big question. I almost have to think about it.
Think about it. Rask will be better with power play time. Alright, Gen Z. But I want Pasternak to get more ice time. He has 7 points playing 7:22 per night. Maybe Rask goes center and Emelin goes down here. Let's try Rask as third line center. Emelin's going to go fourth line center. Rask power play 1. And we'll see, just a small experiment, because I don't want Emelin staying fourth line. I just want to see how Pasternak and Rask do on the third line. So small sample size. Let's go to the... I use that phrase all the time, but it's necessary. Facing the Kings here on the road to Crypto.com Arena. Let's fly through this one. Pasternak scores. There you go. And in the end, we lose 3-2. Lucic and Pasternak, the 2 third-liners score. He's been too good, Pasternak, to trade. Rask gets 2 assists. The third line came through. Pasternak played 5 minutes and scored a goal. Now, don't tell me he's injured. And he's not. Okay, at least. We lose 3-2. But Pasternak scored. Let's go on the road here against the Panthers. First period 2-1. Lucic and again, Pasternak keeps scoring. Second period 3-1 McIntyre. 5-1 the final. Emelin and McIntyre. There you go. 5-1 win. Stenberg 2 assists. Rask with another assist. Emelin scores on the fourth line. Pasternak scores. Seems to be working well enough there. Okay, let's do another one here against the Ducks. Ducks want Tukio for a junk package. No, thank you. Facing the Ducks now. First period 1-1 McIntyre. Second period 4-3. Pasternak again, 3 goals in 3 games since going up to the third line. We're down 4-3, make it 5-3. 5-on-32 past Mikola. We're down by 2. Extended power play for the Ducks. We kill it off, but it was a big waste of time. Down by 2. Power play for Starfleet now. Killed off. 9 minutes to go. Still down by 2. Being outshot 42-32. Final 5 minutes. And hold on. There's Cole Hudson making it a 1-goal game. Final minute. And that'll be it. So if you lose 5-4. Pasternak can go on the first line at this point. It's crazy. Who of the top 6 has not been performing? Everyone's been performing. They're great. Perfetti, McIntyre, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has slowed down. Maybe Valanciunas needs a little shake-up here since he's been slowing down. He has 2 goals in his last 16 games after scoring 10 goals in 10 games. Yeah, we'll check the goalie stats as well. Okay, Pasternak's going first line with Nazar and Lafreniere, while Valanciunas and Lucic will be on the third line with Rask. Unless we go like this. Blumdahl, Emlyn. Yeah, he's been point per game, but we need him to score goals. That's the thing. We need goal scorers. Too long, we've relied so much on only Avery McIntyre. So as well as we're doing now, this won't fly if McIntyre stops scoring goals. Who else is going to score these goals? Lafreniere has 5, Perfetti has 6, Stenberg has 6. We need goal scorers. That's the issue I'm concerned with. So let's try Balachevich on the third line just for a little experiment. Mikola 905 with 3.23, and Jared 897 with 2.79. Yeah, not great goalie stats for anybody, really. Nesterov, what you up to? Still only 4 points in 23 games. He just stopped producing. Because Lucic is American and Rask is Finnish, yeah. Olvecki can't play with Valachevitz, but Olvecki could play here. Instead of Nesterov, but then... Yeah, let's try it. Nesterov out, Olvecki in, or even Bishop in. Let's try getting that on the fourth line. Bishop in on the fourth line. Let's do that. Michael Bishop, 7th round pick of the Kraken in 2028. Has he made his NHL debut yet? No, making his NHL debut, Michael Bishop. Let's go. The last pick of the, if I'm not mistaken, of the 2028 draft. Is it the last pick? And Pastrnak will play first line. Lafreniere, let's throw him on their off wings there. Yeah, Bishop has great line fits, which could be good long term, especially where he wouldn't be playing on the first line, so no problem. All right, Bishop's in. And let's try it against the Ducks here, as we just lost against them 5-4. How's it going in the AHL, by the way? The AHL, we're 12, 11, and 2. Max Mueller leading the way in points. Okay. Got to trade Bernard Docker eventually as well. Here we go. First period, 1-0. Blumdahl in the power play. Second period, 2-0. There, Michael Bishop in his NHL debut, scoring to put us up 2-0. How about that for a story? The last pick, or a 7th round pick in 2028, makes his NHL debut after grinding through the AHL for years, and in his NHL debut scores for the Starfleet squad with the pip on his collar as an ensign. Jackman makes it 2-1, but then Ylonen makes it 3-2, extending our lead back to 2. Power play Ducks, killed off. Distant cousin of Ben Bishop, perhaps. Could see it. The other famous sci-fi android. Who are you referring to? And 4-1 the final is Perfetti adds the empty netter. Shots end 32-27. Good show from Mikola there, finally. Getting first star honors. Bishop getting a goal for second star honors. And Valachevitz 2 assists. Oh, Bishop from Alien. Ah. Didn't catch that. Good one. Alright, let's get back to calendar simulation. We want to go see the Avalanche, we said. Don't see them coming up there. Avalanche or the Blues. Let's sim 4 more games. Sharks on the road 4-3 win. Red Wings on the road 7-6 win. Ramirez has a sore foot. This is the first chance for Dale Mann to get into the lineup. How's Bishop doing, by the way? Still just that 1 goal. Maybe move Blumdahl up to the third line with Valachevitz and Lucic. Then Rask would come down, though, and he's been a crazy playmaker. I could see it, but I don't know. Bolzuk will come up, and Mann will fill in on the third pair with Ylonen. If things go wrong, yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, back to it. Blah, blah, blah. 4-1 win against the Sharks. We'll sim through Vegas. 4-3 overtime win. There you go. Let's go see this game against the Flyers. We're 17-7-1. We are 27-1. First period, 1-0 Flyers, Ling. Second period, 3-2 Michkov and Kerman make it 3-0, but then McIntyre and Pastrnak get us back into it. 3-2, we're outshooting them 28-18, but we're down by 1 here in the third period. Cutter Gauthier, there he is, making it 4-2. Power play Starfleet, big chance, killed off by the Flyers. Outshooting them by over 10 now. Rask could feed Mac if we needed another shakeup, and he keeps it up. Yeah, I could see that too. There's a few options for us. And hold on, there's Pastrnak with his second, making it 4-3, down by 1, final 2 minutes, and Michkov ends it. 5-3 Flyers, the final. Alright, let's keep on going. Through this game against the Sharks, on the road against San Jose. We win 6-3, very good. Let me just make sure the scouting's been happening. Let me just double check that. Scouting's been happening, right, guys? Yeah, Pastrnak just now entering his prime. Yes, they are scouting. Good, 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 good. Did I move them to the right locations, though? Yes, I did. Yeah, how's Pastrnak doing? We moved him up. He had, like, did he have... We moved him up to the... Yeah, he had 8 goals. He had 5 goals in the 4th line. 3 goals in the 3rd line. He had 8. Now he has 15. 8 more goals since he moved up to the 1st line. 15 goals, 3 assists. 30 points in 30 games from Nazar. 29 points in 30 games from Lafreniere. Cole Perfetti and Alstenberg have both been doing a lot of playmaking. Lucic, Rask, Valacevic scored 2 goals in the last 4 games, I think it is, since we made those changes, or 6 games. Better. He had 2 goals in 16 games on the 1st line. Put him on the 3rd. He has 2 goals in the last 6 games, I think. No, in the last 4. Yeah, it is right. The last 4 games. All right, it's the last 4 games. So you know what? Maybe it's better like that. And Dale Mann, 3 games, 1 assist. All right. Okay. The changes have been working out so far. Lucic has 19 goals in 30 games. I know. What's that a pace of? Let me see the pace again. 30. That's a pace of 52 goals. Oh my goodness. All right, let's just sim a couple of weeks and see where it brings us. Contre le Canadien, 4-1 win at the Bell Center, 4-2 loss against the Kings, 2-1 win against the Blue Jackets. Ramirez is fully healed. Should we bring him back? Yes, we probably should. Yeah, there's no reason not to. He's had a good season so far. Ramirez, yeah, he's a +8 with 6 points, but he was better than that. I think it's fallen off a little bit. Meanwhile, Dale Mann, 1 assist and a +1 in 6 games played, so there you go. Bolduc a +14, Eriksson a -1. That's very odd. So we'll get Ramirez back in here. There you go. Jalen. And Ylonen goes here. I'd almost keep Bolduc up with Eriksson, but let's get Ramirez back there. And goalie is Mikula, up to a 907 save percentage now. Okay. I have no idea how they look. Yeah, okay, no problem, Hobbs. We can go see the Senators. Sure, right here. 3-0 loss against the Caps. Sharks, hosting the Sharks, we lose, 5-2. Then 5-0 shutout the next day against the Red Wings. Then a 3-2 loss against the Coyotes. This is game 38 here against the Senators. We're 24-12-1. They're 22-11-3. Hosting the Senators. Hobbsy Senators. Leave a like if you haven't already for some good luck here. Unless you want the Senators to win like Hobbsy maybe. But I think he can get behind the Starfleet. JJ Paterka and Jordan Spence here on Ottawa. They scored twice. 1 apiece in the first period. Second period, 4-0. Vasanen and Odell, former Starfleet officer Sheldon Odell. We're down 4-0 after 40. Why did we come see this game, Hobbsy? Double Agent Hobbsy. Down 4-0 here in the 3rd period. Can we break the shutout even? We have 31 shots, but nothing going. All right. We get shut out 5-0. My bad, everyone. That's game 38, 39, 40, halfway point coming up against the Bruins, against King Turby's Bruins. Kings, we beat them 3-2, and Flyers, we lose 3-1. Game 41 here against the Bruins, who are 18-4 at TD Garden in Boston. Now's where you can leave a like unless you're King Turby for some good luck. First period, 0-0. Second period, 1-0 Bruins. Logan Stankoven. Shots 23-22 in our favor, but we're down by 1 here in the 3rd. Don't tell me we're going to have back-to-back slow sim shutouts against us. Power play Starfleet. There we go. Avery McIntyre, the captain, puts us on the board, but then Matthew Poitras makes it 2-1 Bruins. They're once again up here. As McIntyre got us back into the game, we're out shooting. There you go. McIntyre does it again. 2-2 game. Both goals coming from the captain. Thank you, King. Final couple minutes to go here. Minute left. 1 second. Off to overtime. You know what? It's the halfway point. It's the Bruins. Let's check it out. Shots 33-31 in our favor as we head into overtime. 2-2 game. Both goals coming from our captain. We'll go in here. That's what we need to see from the captain. Paterka on the Sens. I remember at the draft time the Sens fans wanted him. Yeah. I know, Gen Z. I know it's ugly. I know it's ugly hockey.
Overtime
All right, here we go at TD Garden, 3-on-3 overtime. McIntyre wins it to Hudson, over to Balachevitz. Now here's Perfetti. Sorry, Perfetti won the face-off. To Hudson, and tight, can't get the shot off, though. Boldzuk gets double teams, goes behind the net. Pops out to Michelli. And now it's going to be a 2-on-1 breakaway. Boldzuk is all alone with a mile behind him. Boldzuk in tight, and Mikkola makes the save. In the corner now, Boldzuk still has possession. Gets it to the point to McAvoy. Fighting for it on the boards. Michelli from the point. McAvoy scores, blocker side. The captain, Charlie McAvoy. And the Bruins win in overtime. At least it wasn't a glitch goal or any EA junk. As the Bruins take it in overtime. Shots end 33-33. We get the extra point. McIntyre got us there. The captain gave us that extra point. But we lose in overtime. Stay hydrated, everybody. All right. At least Stankoven won. There you go. So at the halfway point, we're 25-14-2. On pace to go 50-28-4. Not a bad record at all. Leading the way is Cole Perfetti with 42 points. On pace for 84. Let's check out the record around the NHL. Leading our division at the moment. Entire league. That puts us currently not even top 8, really. We're 9th in the NHL. Still a few games back. It's a couple of weeks ago, but I missed the stream and only just caught up recently. The Harry Ford walk-off home run to go to the World Series is an all-time channel moment. Yes, it is. I can't wait to get back in the Expo Series. If you haven't been watching the Expo Series on MLB The Show 24, you need to. Dice, I have a radical suggestion. We need another scorer desperately. Balachevich isn't really working out. I think we should shop him in a hockey trade for another goal scorer. That would be a huge blockbuster. But you know what? I see the logic behind it. How's Asora feeling about the laugh prediction? Well, we'll see in a moment. We'll see in just a second. We'll check in a second. So 25-14-2 is our record. Let's see. Power play is at 21%. It's not bad, but it's not up to our usual standards. That puts it 10th in the NHL. Okay. Power play of 21. And penalty kill, 85.1, though. That's higher than usual. That's 8th in the NHL. As much as that's 8th in the NHL at all, that would be, if I pull up the sheet, that would be tied for our best penalty kill ever. Actually, no, it would be our best penalty kill ever. 85.5 was our best. So it would be our second best penalty kill ever. So it's 8th in the NHL, but thinking about it in our franchise record. Meanwhile, 21% on the power play would be our third lowest in 11 years, even though it's 9th in the NHL. So there's the special teams update. Let's see how Lafreniere is doing here. Lafreniere has 32 points. He's on pace, and he's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 6th in team scoring.
Well, looking for improvement.
Yeah, okay. So Cole Perfetti, 42 points in 41 games. Again, I'm not asking for injuries, but I hate that everyone is always fully healthy. I keep turning up the slider, but and then you put it too much and everyone's injured everywhere. So Perfetti, 42 points, on pace for 84. McIntyre, only on pace for 46 goals. That would be a career low. On pace for 80 points, which also would be pretty low. But 46 goals would be a career low from Avery McIntyre. And he's playing 1936. Okay. Nazar on pace for 70 points. Love it. Valcheva's on pace for 32 goals. I don't know. We need a game-breaking goal scorer out here. Stenberg, 34 as well. Love it. Lafreniere, 32. Not bad. Lucic on pace for 40 goals. Slowed down from his pace of... he's only scored 1 goal in the last 11 games. He had 19 and 30. 29 from Hudson, 22 points from Pasternak. Love that. Emelin, Rask has 17 points, a ton of playmaking. Blumdahl, 15. His ice time is... Ramirez, 9 points plus 12. Ylonen, Sider, Boldzuk. Bishop has 5 points in 18 games, while Nestrov had 4 in 23. Eriksson, man. And goaltending, Mikkola, 17, 12, and 2. 2 shutouts, 904 save percentage, 3.17 goals against. He's killing me. Like, if we're going radical, like, imagine we trade Valchevitz and Mikkola for a goal scorer and a starting goaltender. That would be crazy. Zheredev's looking good. If we look in the entire NHL, is there a crazy goal scorer out here? Who's leading the way? Macklin Celebrini has 33 goals. Not usually on that pace, though. He's on pace for over 60. Not usually on that pace. Who's this guy? Victor Samsonov. Victor Samsonov. First overall pick in 2031. Adding on to that Valachevitz idea, maybe we throw Bernard Docker into the trade. Yeah, we absolutely would, Yeska. We absolutely would. Michkov. Like, who's a consistent 50-60 goal scorer? Jared Cowan. Jared Cowan might be that guy. 5'8" sniper. Great defense as well. 4-star physical. Jared Cowan might be that guy. Third overall pick in 2027. Bedard, McDavid, Raymond, Cole Iserman. Yeah, the Sharks are... yeah, he had an 80... That's true, he had 80 goals last year. Cole Iserman. 80 goals last year. Oh my goodness. The Sharks are a crazy team, though. Would they be open? And I don't know, a division rival trade, and they have one of the best lines in the NHL. They have Iserman, Smith, and somebody else. They have a crazy line. I don't know if that would make sense with a division rival. Ernest Antonio, 4th overall pick in 2027. He's a 50-goal guy. Yeah, Jared Cowan shudders. Daniel Duchesne, first overall pick in 2027. No. Daniil Boot. Bear Albert, great name. No. I don't know. Would it make sense at all to go after Jared Cowan? Not the Jared Cowan, but he has 50 points in 39 games. The Red Wings are 19, 17, and 3. Cowan's on a huge contract as well. That would be hard to swallow. Actually, yeah, before we look at that, I just want to look at the Sharks and their team. Actually, you know what? The Sharks are 15, 24, and 1. Yeah, Smith, Iserman, and Eklund. That's their crazy line. But I don't know. Iserman only 1 year left after this one. Maybe they think they might lose him? Maybe I could see Iserman. It would be a crazy storyline, though, to say Iserman versus Valachevitz. Do we want to play against Valachevitz for all these years? And Valachevitz is on a good contract as well. 8 by 10.5. And his nationality helps too. You gotta admit that. That's one of the major reasons we traded for him, to get the first overall pick. That nationality really helps. Meanwhile, Cole Iserman is American. And Jared Cowan over in Detroit, I would assume, is Canadian or American. American as well. American as well. That's the issue. That is the issue. A lot of positives for us, but do we want to pay 10.5 for a third liner? He's not going to be... The thing is, he won't be a third liner. He's a first liner without Pasternak there. Do we need to force him back onto the first line and say, just wake up? Because the nationality is what really changes things. If we get an American top-line scorer, he can never play with McIntyre. Yeah, what if we switch back Valachevich and Pasternak? And as good as Nazar has been, what if... Nazar 11 and 24. No, I agree, Dice. He hasn't performed like a top 6 player. It's true. But it's also not a huge rush. Like, if he doesn't perform consistently, we have him for a long time, we can always trade him later on. Yeah, if Cowan was Danish, that would be a different story. What if we bring up, like, McIntyre... Yeah, McIntyre... Lafreniere, McIntyre, Valachevitz. Perfetti... Stenberg can go down. And maybe Stenberg, no. Perfetti goes here. Pasternak goes here. What about this? Lafreniere, McIntyre, Valachevitz. Lucic, Perfetti, Pasternak. Rask, Nazar, Stenberg. Val isn't great, but does his nationality make up for it? Yeah, Pasternak's doing very well since we moved him up. Stenberg, Nazar, Rask. Blumdahl, Emlyn, Bishop stays. Or does Pasternak move down and Stenberg goes back up? But we need, because if Perfetti's the playmaker, I don't want to just have two playmakers, only one scorer. Let's try that and see where it goes. Valchev's at the halfway point has 16 goals and 18 assists. Let's see where it goes from there. All right? And McIntyre needs to wake up as well. Hopefully first line for him does something. Because he can't be on pace for only 40-some goals. Okay? Let's see where that goes. Rask, no. Rask is a finish. Here we go. First game of the second half, facing the 16, 17, and 2 Vancouver Canucks. On the road at Rogers Arena. Here we go. For these new lines, let's see how it goes. First period, 3-0. Okay. Eriksson, Valachevitz, and Pasternak. Exactly what we were looking for. Great start. Second period, 4-0. Frank Nazar, thank you. Power play to start the third period. Lafreniere on the power play. Lafreniere scores twice on the power play within 8 seconds. 6-0. Breaking the shutout, unfortunately, is Niels Höglander. But this one ends 6-2 the final. Ratu adds one more. 33-32 the shots end, but we win 6-2. Lafreniere, 2 goals and assists. Pasternak, a goal and assist. Okay, so we'll give these lines a chance. We'll give these lines a chance. All right, so we'll go ahead and simulate up to... Let's give it... so that was 1 game, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll give it 10 games. We'll give it 10 games, all right? Let's try that. Laffy tapped his good luck charm, yeah. 3-2 shootout loss, 3-2 win, 3-1 win, 5-4 win, 3-2 win. There you go, there you go. 30 on the year. 9-2 win, 5-2 loss, 6-3 win. Okay, so since making those line changes, am I correct in saying we're 7-1-1? Yeah, we're 7-1-1 since making those line changes. Great. Final game here against the 18-28-1 Sharks. Maybe we can poach Yzerman or Eklund or Smith from them someday, but I'm not sure if now's the time. First period, 1-1 game. Yeah, we may have found something here. Hello, Data. I'll be watching it from the start. If I do get caught up, I'll let you know. Otherwise, glad to have you back. Thank you, Doggy. Glad to have you on board. Appreciate the kind words. Enjoy. Brink scores, but then so does Bishop. Second period, 1-1 it remains. Shots 23-21. Sorry, 23-22 for the Sharks to start the third period. 1-1 game here. Next one might be the winner in a game like this. I'm just checking and make sure I don't miss any donations here and looking in the emails. My apologies. 5 minutes to go, still tied at 1. Next goal will be the winner. With 2 minutes to go, shots are pretty even and we're off to overtime. Shots are 34-33 headed into overtime. Now, with definitely the next goal being the winner, will we see the shootout in the final minute? Yes, no, we won't! As Frank Nazar scores with 31 seconds to go on channel legend Hunter Jones. We win 2-1 in overtime to give ourselves an 8-1-1 record in the 10 games since we've changed up the lines. Let's keep it rolling. No need to stop right there. We may have found something here. 8-1-1. Is our record. Lucic, oh, sore shoulder for Skylar Lucic. That is the first hiccup here. So let's go Stenberg. Actually, who should be moved up? Rask, 4 goals, 19 assists. Stenberg should probably be moved up. He has 48 points. Yeah, Stenberg should play with Perfetti and Pasternak. And probably Emlyn should come up. Unless it's Blumdahl. No, Blumdahl. We'll give Blumdahl... Actually, no, the Finn can't come up, so it has to be Emlyn. I forgot. It has to be Emlyn. Emlyn will come up. Blumdahl will center, and Bishop and Blumdahl will play with... Nesterov can come back into the lineup. Let's give Nesterov a chance here. He'll replace Lucic, which is fine, because he has the same shooting accuracies, similar shooting attributes. So Nestrov will come back there. Oh, great question. Does Sora have a favorite channel legend? I will ask. She just had to take a moment to. I think she was getting a refill on the water. She left the room, but we'll get back. McIntyre at 32 goals now. Great. Yeah, we'll get back. We'll get back to that question in a sec. 3-2 win against the Coyotes. Was there another game? Sorry, I blanked out here. So yeah, so 6-1 win, 3-2 win. Great. Let's keep on rolling. That's a great question, though. I look forward to hearing the answer. Let's go see Landon's Stars. There you go, Landon. Let's go see your Dallas Stars in Dallas. Hurricanes, we beat them 7-2. 5-4 shootout win. 4-3 win. 9-3 win. Let's keep it rolling. 39-15-3. What's our record? We're 14-1-1 in those 16 games. Yeah, just come on. Data knows. Data knows his lines. Ridiculous. Thank you. I will hydrate headed into this game. Here we go against Dallas. First shot goes in for the Stars, but we tied up. Obergauer opens it up, and then McIntyre ties it on the power play. About who Johnny is. Second period, 4-2. There's Haikila, Greg, and Yamson. Nestrov gets one, replacing Lucic. That's great. Question for you, Lieutenant. Do you, from Hobbsy, do you have a favorite channel legend?
You know what? I'll just go with the first name that popped to my mind. Mackenzie Blackwood.
Mackenzie Blackwood. All right, okay, I'll take that. That's a good answer. It's not the maybe the one you'd think in like a Kyle Wood, but a bit of a deeper cut. I like it. It's Mackenzie Blackwood. So Dallas power play here, but Valachevic scores just as it expires. That's Haikila and Greg revenge games. That's true. Let me just pause here for a second. Haikila, no, he didn't. Yeah, Mikko Haikila. That's true. Haikila and Greg, two former Starfleet officers. Forgot to mention that. Yes. But Valachevic gets a very much needed goal. We're down by 1 here with 10 minutes to go in the third period. Power play Dallas, though. Extended power play for Dallas. We kill it off, but it's a big waste of time there. Under 5 power play. There you go. Valachevic scores on the power play. His second of the period to tie it at 4, and he pushes it to overtime. Now overtime action. Could Valachevic be the one who even ends it for the hat trick? Final minute, and we're off to the shootout here. For as little time to register that question, that's a fine answer. Yes. Shots 39-30 through regulation. Oh, it ends quickly. First shot of overtime. And, oh, sorry, no. Hey, it was the shootout. I forgot. And the Stars win it in the shootout. But we get the extra point. Eli Tolvanen, best channel legend. Yeah, he might be in my top. He's on my Mount Rushmore for sure of the channel. Tolvanen is. Val, you heard me talking. There you go, Dice. So we're 14-1-2 in the last 17 games since making those line changes. What do you think about that, Desora?
Wow.
Okay. Let's go. Hey, there we go. The Blues are actually one of the best teams in the league. They're 36-15-7. We'll go see them, Lieutenant.
Would you look at that?
The Penguins have fired their head coach, Spike Pacioretty. Lucic fully healed. Blackwood, probably not one of the first ones that pops to my mind. Just goes to prove Desora is no casual fan. There you go. Nestrov had 2 goals and 2 assists. Whoa! Oh, hold on. How many games did Nestrov have when we put him in? How many games had Nestrov played when we put him in? Hang on a sec. I gotta check this out. Give me a second. I need to look at this. See you later, Dice. Live long and prosper, buddy. Thanks for being here. Nestrov had scored 4 points in 23. So 2 goals and 2 assists in 23 games. In 6 games, he scored 3 goals and 6 assists. Yeah, so 9 points in 6. That's crazy from Nesterov. So you know what? Nesterov's got to stay in the lineup, I think. So Lucic obviously comes back in. But I think you got to keep Nesterov. Lucic goes back here. Bishop's been good. 10 points in 35 games. He's been very good. But let's just give Nesterov a chance here to continue the pace that he's been on. All right. Actually, no. Lucic goes here. Yes. Okay. And Emlyn will be the center. I hate Emlyn playing on the 4th line, though. I hate that he's playing on the 4th line. He's so good. Okay. Facing the Hurricanes on the road, 7-2 win. Thank you very much. There's win number 40. Now facing the Blues, who are 37-15-7. Here we go against Desora's Blues. First shot of the game, Skylar Lucic, first shot, welcome back, in his second game back with the Blues scoring. But then Skylar Lucic scores again on the third shot of the game. First period ends 4-2. My goodness, what a... And Nesterov scores too. What a wild period. Lucic scores in the first shot. Thomas scores in the first shot. Then Lucic, I believe, scores in the third shot. Warmaster saying, so far one of my favorite guys I've come to is probably Elias Lindholm. Yeah, definitely a first ballot, I would think, or... I don't know. First, definitely a Data 72 Hall of Fame nominee. Then Valachevic scores shorthanded. Nesterov scores down on the fourth line, keeping up the pace that he's been on. So he's scored, 4 goals? I think he has 4 goals and 6 assists in 6 games. So 10 points in 6 games since he's come back to the lineup for Nesterov. Then Kyrou scores to make it 4-2. Shots are 18-4, more than quadrupling the shots, but we're only up by 2. All right, second period now, 6-3. Nesterov scores again. That's crazy. Hudson on the power play. Kyrou gets his second. Favorite Blues players. Are we current all time? While we think about it, while we go through this, up by 3 here in the third period, power play Blues. Rask, there you go, his 5th goal of the season, and McIntyre makes it 8. Not only are we beating the Blues, but we're beating one of the best teams in the NHL right now. Blumdahl on the power play makes it 9. Can we get to double digits here on the power play? Killed off. Final 5 minutes. Can we get one more here? More than doubling the shots as we triple the goals. 9-3 the final. Oh my goodness. Sheesh, shots and 44-20. And we win 90. Lucic with 2 goals and 2 assists. Valachevic a goal and 2 assists. Nesterov scores twice. Incredible. And looking at all the stats here, any negatives in this one? No. Stenberg, Lafreniere, and Ramirez with 0s. But many multi-point games in this game, in this matchup. As Mikula still has an 850 save percentage, but we win 9-3. All right, huge win against one of the best teams in the league. Desora, favorite players, current and or all time?
I feel like my answers for this are going to be kind of basic, so I apologize ahead of time, but Tarasenko is definitely a standout because he kind of came in as I started to watch the Blues and keep up with the Blues more. I got to see him through a cup before he moved on, so Tarasenko's up there. I liked Ryan O'Reilly. Lots of good players.
Current?
Don't know, I have to think more on that.
Okay, keep thinking. So, just to say, Avery McIntyre, who was on a 43-goal pace 20 games ago, has now already hit 40 goals and is on a 55-goal pace. So there's the improvement we really wanted to see from him. That's great news. And aside from that, just other great things. Valachevic is at 25 goals now. Okay, he still has 52 points. Okay. Lucic at 26. He's picked it up a little bit. Pasternak 36 and 60 with 19 goals. Nesterov. So he had 4 points in 23 games. He has scored 11 points in 8 games. If I'm counting that correctly. 15 and 31. Great revival there. And Mikula, still not his greatest season. But Zherdev's looking very good in relief. 11 and 3 through 16 appearances. All right, back to it with 22 games to go in the season. No. There we go, back to the calendar. As the deadline is coming up now. We definitely want to go see the Avalanche. We've been waiting to see the Avalanche all season. 4 more games until then. A couple of back-to-backs. No thank you, Chicago. Hosting the Kings, 3-1 loss. Hosting the Islanders, 2-1 win. Stars, we lose 4-3, and the Blackhawks we shut out 4-0. Yeah, Mikula has been better recently. 43-17-4 is our record, facing the 33-26-5 Avalanche, who eliminated us in 7 games last season. On the road in Colorado, we faced them twice in 3 weeks. Here we go. First period, 2-1 Avalanche. Ishakov, who's back in Russia now, I believe, in the KHL, and Kultanen. 2-0 after 20. Second period, 2-2 game. There we go. Lucic and McIntyre. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Did you get your favorite artists? You have to... Mighty Joe asks for your 3 favorite artists.
Well, I think they were newer artists, so I'll throw one out there that people might not know. There's a newer artist Josiah Queen that I've really been liking a lot lately. But if you've never gone down a Dean Lewis rabbit hole, a big Dean Lewis fan, you might only know a couple of his songs, but he has a lot of good gems in there.
One more, maybe? Or you gotta keep thinking?
Gotta keep thinking.
All right, 2-2 after 40. We hold on, power play, Starfleet, Earth Pier, that's killed off. So 2 for the Avalanche, 2 for us. We're all tied up now into the final 12 minutes. Shots are pretty even, but David Pastrnak now puts us ahead 3-2. There you go, in that top 6 offense. 1 goal lead into the final 10 minutes, but Rupe Hintz ties it right there. President's Cup race, it seems like our record, yeah, we're doing quite well. Final 2 minutes, but there's other good teams as well. We'll check it out in a moment. And that'll be overtime. Shots 38-36 the end of regulation as Rupe Hintz pushes it to overtime. 3-on-3 action in Colorado. Final minute, we're off to the shootout. And in the shootout, we take it with Valchevich scoring the winner. There you go. Shootout victory, 4-3 over the Avalanche. Lucic scores a goal and an assist. Lovely. Big win number 44. And we'll pause the deadline and also check out the... we'll go to the 1st of March, and we'll also check out the President's Trophy race. One more game against Vegas, and it's a 7-3 win on the road. 45-17-4 is our record. Hey, Jeremy, welcome to the stream. As we head into the trade deadline. When it comes to the President's Trophy race, where are we? We currently sit number 2. The Capitals have one less... Actually, no, it's a tie. There you go. The Blues right behind us as well. Power play went up to 26, and penalty kill up to 85.8. There you go. All right. So at the trade deadline, are we thinking about any moves? 73 points from Avery McIntyre. He woke up. Perfetti 68, Nazar with 60, Stenberg 59, Valchevich 25 goals and 57 points. More acceptable, but definitely something to keep in our consideration moving into the offseason soon enough. Lafreniere 57, Lucic with 31 goals and 54 points. On pace to finish the year with 42 goals. All right. Hudson, which would be a career high. 53 from Hudson. Pastrnak, 43. He's turned it around. Rask with 39. I'm liking this from Rickard Rask. With the way the lines have been going, maybe a veteran depth piece. I could see it, but it's like if we take out, like let's say we get an injury, Bishop comes in, he's been good. So it would really be like a real 78 overall who we get for a 7th. It wouldn't be like an 82 overall guy. Blumdahl 28, Sider 19, Nesterov 16. You love it. Love to see that. We don't really need anything though. That's the thing. Is that how you spell Dean Lewis there?
Yep.
And the first, no, that was Josiah Queen was the first one.
Josiah Queen.
2 artists I don't know actually.
Really?
Yeah. Bishop with 10 and 35, Ylonen 10 plus 7, Eriksson a plus 9 now, that's good. Boldzuk 10 points plus 14, and there you have it. All right. And goaltending, Mikula 33, 15 and 4, 2 shutouts, 909 save percentage, 2.93 goals against, while Zherdev is 12 and 3 with 2 shutouts himself with 924 save percentage and 2.25 goals against. So Lubomir Zherdev's been doing very well. Down in the AHL, just curious. They're both 77 here. Yeah, Brulé seems to be the guy. Sylvain Huberdeau might be a trade piece. You never know. And score. Hey, you read my mind. AHL stats here. Old guy without a cup. They're not really going to play. Locker room presence. Okay. We can look at that, Hobbs. We'll look at the trade blocks regardless. Beshkov, Nabokov. Yeah, Jalen Wall's a trade piece. We're definitely... Let's trade Jalen Wall and Jacob Bernard Docker. In exchange for a veteran piece and a pick, maybe. Something like that. Yeah. Whoa, look. Whoa! No, that can't be our record in the AHL, can it? We're 44, 17, and 4. Have we won like 20 straight games? In the AHL? That's crazy. Win, loss, win, 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 loss, win, 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 win. Yeah. Win. And maybe we even changed the lines. Out of where? Where did this come from? Mark, welcome aboard, buddy. Out of nowhere. Doing push-ups on their pinkies. Yes. Out of nowhere. The AHL squad just exploded. So let's check the trade blocks on the NHL and do our due diligence here. Oh, and by the way, we could extend David Pastrnak now. I don't know if we will, but just to say we could. He's 37 with bottom 6 potential. Would be wanting 3.3. And Lucic, what would he be wanting right now? 6.5. It might make sense to extend Skylar Lucic right now. Or do we wait and go longer term? I don't know. Think about it while... And actually, what does Bernard Docker want? While we go and look at the trade blocks. Yeah, it was like 13 and 12 or something. It was crazy. We were almost 500. What does Bernard Docker want here? Does he still want crazy money? Yeah, he still wants crazy money. So yeah, he will be traded. Nesterov, he wants 2 million. Come on, Nesterov. Bishop wants 2 million. It's gonna be tough. Man would want 1 point. We could probably keep Man as 7th D. But let's check out the trade blocks. Trade blocks around the NHL, sorting by overall. Let's see who comes up. We're looking for a prospect, maybe, but more like a really like a depth veteran, locker room presence kind of guy. Boston, Buffalo, Calgary. Hey, yes, it's been a long one. We're already at over 2 hours in length with here at the trade deadline. Yes, indeed, Caleb. Thanks for joining us. You're joining Lieutenant Tesora and myself here for year number 11 here in San Francisco. Mitch Marner, not an expired. It'd be hard to take on 10.5 million for next season, though. I don't think we can do that. Colorado, Kavanaugh. They have Pete as a veteran. Nah. Columbus. We can sort by age later and see the oldest player in the league, maybe. Kong, King Kong. Who's it? Xavier Kong. King Kong, defensive defenseman, 6'2". Also O'Coin, Braden O'Coin, also defensive defenseman. We should go into the trade deadline minigame. But to do what? If we have nothing to do, then we'll just sim past it. Plus, I don't want to risk the lines getting messed up. Another Boomzien. We already have a Boomzien. Jérôme Boomzien. Medium top 6 potential. 54 points in 43 games in Gatineau. Les Olympiques du Gatineau. Maybe a good depth defenseman that isn't too expensive and have a good plus-minus. Could see that too. Hey, Sora and Data, how you two doing? We're doing all right, Mark. We're doing all right. Mark, of course, the one who donated the PlayStation.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Mark.
King Kong shrunk from his last movie appearance, I see. Mackenzie, welcome to the stream as well. Thank you for joining. Haven't seen you yet. Sorry, so that's Dallas. Detroit. Let's nothing much there. Edmonton. Bouchard. Don't want to lock in there as well. Hafen. Sam Reinhart as a depth guy could be interesting. 38 years old, Sam Reinhart. And there's Caleb with the donation. Glad you're still here. I'll have to watch what I missed tomorrow. Eels! Of course, escalators, eels. And your famous line?
Gary needs a new pair of shoes!
There. Thank you, Caleb. I'll add those 2 entries for that donation. Very much appreciated. And that will bring you to 16 entries for the next created player raffle. Thank you, my friend. There you go. Win-win, Mark. Thank you. Let me put a heart there. Oh, yeah. Lots of SpongeBob here. So Sam Reinhart's an option for a depth veteran. The Oilers are a losing team, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay, getting back here. Florida, LA. Rawlings now. So Rawlings still on the block, but we don't have as much trade value to move if we're going to be keeping Pasternak, which I think would make sense at this point. Minnesota. Ooh, they have Haynes on the block. Who's this guy? Noel Haynes. 14th overall pick in 2031. Medium elite, but only a 72 overall at 20 years of age. Doesn't look good for Noel Haynes. And that's a lot of trade value. How about this guy Pasquale? Jude Pasquale. Favorite SpongeBob character, says Hobbsy for you?
Oof.
Dave
Man,
Peacock.
that's probably the hardest question I've been asked tonight.
Bathgate. Coco. Tony Coco. The Wild have a few interesting prospects, but I don't know if we have the trade value for those guys. Keep thinking. Lankow's grown from a 76 to a 78 overall. 50 points in 63 games down in Laval. Blomstrand, 77 at 21. Playing the NHL. Haley, 71 at 20. Jimmy Haley. Now, Lankow would be the guy, if anybody, probably. Nashville, New Jersey. 71 at 19 for Vasyanov. Boris Vasyanov. 6'3" sniper. Still thinking?
So
I don't want to. Sorry, I don't want to rush this. Islanders. So some good pieces, but these guys would be NHL players. I don't know if anyone would really fit into the lineup here. Hobbsy, Lean, Squidward. Drake Batherson, but he would take $5 million. That would be a bit tough with cap space. It would be a bit tight, yeah. Islanders are a losing team, and Batherson is probably a bit too good for what we're trying to do here. Rangers, Senators, Bannister, 72-19. Kenny Bannister. Philadelphia, Frost and Farabee both here. I can't commit to that money, though. Asplin, Svitov. Sharks have Brink on an expiring contract. Clark, Roslovic, Gustafson. No. You have an answer there?
You know what? I think Gary might take it for me.
Gary takes it?
The simplicity.
Gary, I'm sorry. Oh, Caleb! Wow! As I started singing that, Caleb's comment of Gary, I'm sorry, singing the same exact words came up. As it came out of my mouth, it came on the screen. Let's go, Caleb! We got the 99, the 100 chemistry on Ultimate Team when you have that solid green line. Let's go, Caleb! Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I saw Tolvin in there too, but he had 2 or 3 years left on his contract, so it wouldn't make as much sense. Wow. The guy whose entire body is glass. That's a good one too, War Master, in the chocolate episode. Whoo! Caleb. Doesn't get better than that. I love it. Street, 71-19. Ross Street. This is interesting. He was on the Canadiens and got traded to the Maple Leafs with the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. 56 points in 42 games. We're reading minds. 21st overall pick. Sniper centerman. Maple Leafs are a buyer, though. It's tough. From a buyer team, what could we really give a buyer team? Would they want Bernard Docker in a trade like that? We have to give maybe Bernard Docker in a third could get it done. But would I want to go 71-19 from the Leafs or 78-20 from the Canadiens and Langkow? I'd probably go with 78-20. Robertson, Vegas, Yurchek, Korzak. Washington, 76-20 from Fox. Corbin, yeah, we spoke about Corbin Fox. What's his nationality? He's American. Wow, Arthur Stasiuk from the Canadian series, NHL 18. Oh my goodness, that's a huge throwback. Mr. What's It To Ya? Yep. A lot of expiring pieces here in Winnipeg. But players that are probably too good. Tara Vinen could be a good veteran, but I also like Sam Reinhart a bit more. Okay, so I think we're going to go Reinhart, and then maybe try to get Langkow from the Canadiens. What do the Canadiens want? Are they buyers? Yeah, they would. Do they want Bernard Docker in a third in a deal for Langkow? Or a couple thirds? Do you want Bernard Docker? You do. Bernard Docker and a third. How close does that get us? Gets close. Do you have a need for defense? What's their defense right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so Bernard Docker would be on their defense right now. Oops. So a third might be a bit too cheese. What about a third and a fourth? A third and a fourth with a defenseman who would be almost in their top 4, if not guaranteed in their top 6. As their buyers, they want a defenseman. That's what things cost at the deadline. You get a third and a fourth as well. I think we're good to go with this trade, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, you know what? Instead of giving you the fourth, hold on. I'm going to give you Jalen Wall. Because we have too many centermen. I'm going to give you Jalen Wall, 76-24. I'll give you Jalen Wall. That might even get it done. Bernard Docker and Jemba. I'll throw in the fourth. I'll keep the third. And I'll use a third in a Reinhardt deal, maybe? I don't know, but that would be too much value. Anyways. Bernard Docker, Wall, and a fourth for Greg Lankow, who's upset that he's being buried in the AHL. But then we'd probably bury him in the AHL as well, wouldn't we? I don't know. I don't know, but he's only 20. Would he make an AHL next season? I'm not going to think too far in the future. He's on the block for a reason. Maybe not because... Then we'd have to be upset. Lankow might be perfectly happy. But just the Canadians are buyers and they're willing to give him up. I'm just going to give less. I'm not going to get more. I'll just give less. I'll give a fifth instead. A fifth, a no-name... Not no-name, but just... A aging prospect and a defenseman for Lankow. What do you say here, Montreal? Trade rejected. Quite close to fair value. I guess the fourth was what we needed to give. What do you say, Kent Hughes? Trade accepted. Thank you very much. Lankow, welcome to Starfleet. Bernard Docker, good luck there in Montreal. We'll see you as another team that's going to be fighting here for the Stanley Cup. A buy or win now team. Damon Lankow's kid, potentially. We could say that storyline. And why do I have problems on defense? The game probably did something, eh? Go to roster moves here. He'll crack the NHL in 3 years at a 79 overall. There you go. you only got sent down, that's why. There you go. Back to edit lines. Ooh, could you bring my laptop and plug it in? Battery's getting low. Longer stream here.
Can I plug it in here?
No, there's no plug. Okay, so Yolonen comes back. -2. Why -2? Oh, okay, that's why. No, that's not why. Yolonen, why? There's not a real -2. There's a fake -2. Don't believe that -2. And down in the AHL, let's actually best lines it. Now with Lankow in the lineup. He goes here. Dvorak. 13 and 39. Probably make a swap like this. I don't know, but it depends how cheap. For a 7, I don't want to risk there not being one on waivers. If it only costs like a 7th round pick, I don't mind. We'll see. Yeah, imaginary numbers. I learned about those in school. Yeah, didn't we all? So Lankow goes there, and he'll get his ice time, centering the first power play, first 4-man power play, centering the first penalty kill. No, yeah, there you go. Make sure he gets all that ice time. There we go. Greg Lankow, welcome to the organization, my friend. That is going to be good for our center depth. Like we had some players, but they were like 23, 24. Like Jalen Wall, former 2nd round pick. Good luck in Montreal, because just I don't know, we don't have a lot that are working out. Yeah, we could trade a random AHLer as well. Anyway, so there's a deal with to move our excess value, and we get a prospect, and it moves him to a team where there was a buyer wanting to move out a prospect. Makes sense. Where was the team with Reinhardt? It was one of these early teams, wasn't it? Well, they have a lot of picks. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, no, 4 seconds. The Bruins have. Maybe it was a offer sheet thing. Where was it again? Carolina? No. Hey. Where was... there, Edmonton. Reinhardt. What can we dump for Reinhardt? Briscoe? No. I don't know. I kind of like all these guys. Plus, we don't really have anybody in the AHL who could replace. Would it be the end of the world to give a 7th round pick? We have 2 7ths. Would it be the end of the world to give one of them? If that even gets it done. What do you say to this, Edmonton? No, doesn't mean it'll probably take both sevenths. Columbus is a winning team. That's a late seventh. And the Penguins are a bad team. It'll be an early seventh. Do we trade 2 sevenths or nah? I don't think we can trade 2 sevenths. That's at least one low elite player probably. So we'll keep both sevenths in the end. Hope for a veteran off of waivers, and worst case, we keep who we have. 1 seventh I could do, but I don't know. 2 sevenths, that's good maneuverability as well in the draft when we want to trade up for picks and stuff like that. So we'll go to see the Blues again now. We're facing the Blues one more time. Yeah, the Penguins are very bad. We'll go through the deadline. After we make our one deal there to pick up that prospect from the Canadians. What's the best SpongeBob song? Ooh, best day ever. Gary Come Home. Campfire song. Do you see the rest of the comment?
Mm-hmm. Campfire song, other. Question mark.
Okay, because on my screen I can't always see it. Oof. Oh, you know what? No. Yeah, sorry, nonverbal communication here. Number 1 is actually Ripped Pants. Has to be Ripped Pants. When Big Larry came round just to put him down, SpongeBob turned into a clown. I can't sing more. I can't. That's already probably risky for copyright.
How about SpongeBob's version of the Bubble Bowl?
Sweet Victory. I could see that. Sorry, where am I going? So I wanted to see the I went to the trades. Sorry. So yeah, Campfire Ripped Pants number 1. I love the you're 1,000% correct. That's goated. Thank you. I will not hear. Yes, thank you, everyone. I also love the Tie Your Shoes song. I think about that probably about 80% of the times that I tie my shoe. You do a loop-de-loop and pull. Now your shoes are looking good. Is that how it goes? Good, looking cool. Of course. But the loop-de-loop and pull, I say it every time I do. Every time I tie my shoes, I'm like loop-de-loop and pull. All right. So looking back at the trades and everything. So Vegas got Mitch Marner. Marner and a third to Vegas for David Jiricek. That's a big deal. Broberg to the Kings. Bobby Brink to the Senators. Jack Eichel to the Maple Leafs. Wow. Kiwi Haru to the Flyers. Prospects and picks being moved around a lot here. Stan Coven to the Canadians. And there you go. Your Pants the best song, but Band Geeks with Sweet Victory is the best episode. Yes, Bubble Bowl is the best episode for sure. All right, so facing the Blues again now. We're at 2.5 hours. We'll go ahead and face the Blues. We beat them 9-3 last time. And now we're going to go ahead for another one here. First period, 1-0 Blues. Kyrie opens up. He scored twice last time. Second period, 2-1 Blues. Perfetti scores to tie it up, and then Brisson on the power play. 2-1 Blues headed into the third period. Shots are 32-17. But we're tied at 1. Sorry, we're down by 1. Now Sandberg scores shorthanded. Now putting us down by 2. Into the final. Hold on, power play Starfleet. There it is. Avery McIntyre with his 43rd of the season, if I'm correct. Down by 1 with 10 minutes to go, doubling the shots. And Nazar makes it a 3-3 game. Thank you very much. 42-23 of the shots. Power play Blues. Killed off by Starfleet. Final 5 minutes with it being a 3-3 score. Final minute. Do we have a winner? No, we're off to overtime. With those 2 goals pushing into overtime, giving us at least that extra point. Overtime, 3-on-3 action into the final minute already, and we're headed to a shootout. Shots and 49-30, and the Blues take it in the shootout. Seamus Casey getting the winner. There you go. What do you think about that, Desora?
Big Blues win. You love to see it.
Swayman making 46 saves. Perfetti a goal and an assist. Yeah, Blues getting payback, but at least we pushed it to overtime. Arbor Jackeye on waivers. How many slow sim OT games have we had? I think maybe 3. Arbor Jackeye. Do we claim him for defense depth? We have man, but now we don't have Bernard Docker anymore. So you know what? As a 9th, because we have a 7th. So as an 8th, we have a 7th. So as an 8th defenseman, Arbor Jackeye, expiring contract. Mighty Joe throws up the red light. Why is that, Mighty Joe? Let's take a little sip here. Five-star physical, 90 shot blocking. As 8th defenseman, I don't mind it. We have the money as well for an expiring deal. Mark says take him. I don't see any reason not to, but Mighty Joe might have something, so I'll give him the moment to say his piece. 2-star puck skills. What kind of numbers does he put up historically? 11 points in 63 games with the Flyers. He's been all around. Oof. Canadians, Blackhawks, Oilers, Coyotes, Golden Knights, Blues, Flyers. Different team every year. Green light from Gen Z. Mighty Joe, I want to give you a second to type here, but might have to move things along. Little loop-de-loop and pull. Here, low discipline for a big skater. Do we have the cap to add 2 million? We have the cap. Discipline is low, yes. But it's really only an emergency situation. I'm gonna say we probably don't use him, and we'll hopefully just have him there as a presence. No problem. Sorry. I agree with you. The discipline is low. It's not my ideal solution. If we need to go to someone, it's Dale Mann first. But I don't mind risking the lower discipline for the defense that he would provide in a pinch where we need to turn to an 8th defenseman. Okay, so let's sim the next game against the Avalanche. Lankow sore hip as he just got in the lineup. 5-0 shutout win against the Ducks, and then a 3-1 loss against the worst team in the league, 18-44-5 of the Penguins. Now facing the Avalanche again. Did we beat them in our revenge game? Yeah, 4-3 shootout win in the revenge game. Last slow sim game for a little while now. I know we face the Avalanche again coming up, but let's just get through this season now. My goodness. First period 0-0. Second period 3-0 Avalanche. Let's just call it there as we lose 4-1. Nazar gets the 1 goal. Okay. Yeah, that's it. If it's like a real big emergency. Okay, let's just sim a couple of weeks and see what happens in the next, that's 7 more games. All right. Oilers 3-2 loss. Canucks 4-3 win. Ducks 4-0 win. There you go. Lankow back to full health. Let's get him back in there in the AHL. Zharkov's been filling in. The best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time. 'Cause when you're wearing 6-1 win. Wow, 11-5 loss against the best team in the NHL. So the 49-22-1 Sabres blow us out 11-5. Oh my goodness! After we had a 3-game winning streak going, Kraken. Then we win 8-2. At least there's that. Maurice Boumdienne has an abdominal strain. Rickard Rask, fractured jaw. Oh, out for only about 3 weeks, though. That's our first major injury of the entire season. So with him out, I think... Who comes up now? How's Nesterov doing? 12 goals, 11 assists. Nesterov has 23 points. So are we going... Blumdahl, Emelin... Probably got to be Emelin. We want the ice time to Blumdahl, though, but Emelin's the better player... It's a tough one. Coming into the lineup would be Bishop. And he's American, so he has to be on the 4th line, yes. Blumdahl or Emelin come up. Blumdahl gives both lines a +1. So you know what? Let's go Blumdahl to give both lines maintain a +1 on both lines. As much as I think it's Emelin too, I wouldn't mind going +1/+1 instead of 0-0. And on the power play, with Rask out, we'll give the ice time... You know what? Let's give the ice time to Emelin. There you go. That's how we're going to fix it. Emelin now gets first unit power play time until Rask comes back, which is in like 2.5 weeks, actually. 3-1 win against the Avalanche. There you go. That was we just got win number 50 against the Kraken, by the way. Let's do another week. At MSG, we win 5-1 against the Rangers, 4-2 win, 3-2 win. Our pace of 50 wins has been already broken. We're at 54. 2 more games left in the season. We'll end off here against the Senators, which Hobbsy will love. We'll go ahead and get Boumdienne back in the lineup. There, Jack, I got to play in the AHL a little bit. There you go. Boumdienne. Khalil Funk should be up here, probably. They mixed up... Oh, because I had best lines there. I never fixed it after I best line. Why is this... I always hear Ponikarovsky. What setting do you have? Oh, Elliot, great question. In this fantasy expansion, whatever you want to call this that we did for this series. We reset the league so that's 3 points for a win. And what we say was 2 points for so 3 points for a regulation win, and then 2 points for an overtime or shootout win. And yeah, Hobbs, you might want to. We wrote it down. It's been like 35 weeks since we started, but just you got to know it's 3 points for a win, regulation win. So that's why you're seeing those numbers. Who are we missing on defense? I guess Jack-Eye could play instead of Ponikarovsky. That's crazy. Good question though, Elliot, because that's definitely something that you'd be wondering if you're just coming into this series. Timofey can stay there. Okay. 3 for regulation. Yeah, okay, so 3 for regulation win, 2 for an OT win, 1 for an overtime loss, 0 for regulation loss. Yes, okay, makes sense. Okay. The point system the NHL should have. 7-4 win against the Sharks. Now we can end off the season here against the Senators. We are 55-21-5, facing the 47-23-8 Sens to try and get win number 56 to end it off here on the road in Ottawa. So here we go. Let's do it. First period on the road to end the season. Game 82 of year 11. Shots 15-10 in our favor through 20-0-0 game. Second period, 1-0 Starfleet. Avery McIntyre on the power play against former Starfleet officer Spencer Knight. Shots are 25-22 in our favor, and we hold a 1-0 lead in the third and final period of year number 11. Shots tied at 25. The Sens are coming back, but we're hanging on to our 1-goal lead thanks to our captain. And there's Valachevitz. We need to see goals from him, and that's what he gives us. 2-0 Starfleet now. Data, I heard during the FA stream that you pronounce names like Roy the Quebec way because you're from Quebec. So why do you pronounce the Z in my name the American way? Gen Z Mackenzie. I think it's just because of Gen Z. If your name was Zed Mackenzie, I would call you Zed Mackenzie. But because it's Gen Z, it's like a phrase. Like, I wouldn't say World War Z, right? So it's like Gen Z, World War Z. If it was just the letter Z, I would say Z. But if you have it in some sort of phrase, then I don't mind saying Z. Like when you're singing the alphabet, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time won't you sing with me? It all rhymes, right? So that's why. Anyways, took a quick pause there. 6:08 to go. Shots are 31-30 for the Sens, and we're up 2-0. There's a little pause there for a little language lesson. 2 minutes to go, and that'll be all she wrote. We end the season with a shutout victory. Shots end 34-30 for the Sens, but we win 2-0. Shutout from Mikkola to end the season. You love to see that. And McIntyre, our captain, gets the winner. A goal and an assist from him. Spencer Knight makes 28 saves, but not enough, as we win game number 56. Putting us now, let's see, 56-21-5. That is our second winningest season of all time. Through our 11 years, that is our second winningest season. Let's make sure everyone plays game 82, as we're quite a bit ahead, actually. Jack-Eye mild concussion, all right. We're quite a bit ahead. Yeah, are we the only team to play 82 games? Yeah, a lot of other teams haven't played, even they're at 78 games played. A lot of injuries in the AHL there. As we get some good rest here. That's good to see, at least. We get rest. Jack-Eye's back to fully healed. Nice. We get like a week off, headed into the playoffs. That's big. Plus we get we won't have to play the wild card, of course. That's great news. There you go. 53-25-4 is our record in the AHL. Still at least to like 3 more days, actually. Rask is fully healed. All right, so I'll keep him. I won't put him back in yet because we'll make decisions once the playoffs get going. All right, here we go. Season's over, and there we go. So we get like a week and a half off. Almost 2 weeks off we'll get. Probably 2 weeks off. How about that to end the season? Thank you very much. So we go 56-21-5, our second winningest season of all time. And yes, we do win the President's Trophy, which we do for the third time in our franchise history, our third time in 11 years. Regular scoring. High shooting, but regular scoring, Elliot. That is our third President's Trophy. There you go. As we go 56-21-5 for a 164-point season. Our goals for per game, third highest in the league at 3.88, and our goals against at 2.77 is the lowest in the NHL. That's great. Power play ends at 26.6%, number one in the NHL, which is somewhere in the middle of our all-time power plays. 26.6, great. More than 1 in every 4 power plays. And our penalty kill ends at 85.6, which is third in the NHL, and is, yeah, it's our highest penalty kill ever. How about that? Our highest ever penalty kill at 85.6. Let me just take this out. Hold on. There you go. Getting a lot of notifications for things I don't need. And we end the season, and by the way, we're 29-9-3 on the road, 27-12-2 at home, 9-1-0 in our last 10 games to end the season. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, the point totals. Let's check it out. Great years I'm already seeing right here. All right, Avery McIntyre ends with 52 goals and 91 points. He turned things around. A good first year from the captain. Still not the 70 goals we'd like to see, but consistently he has now had 6 consecutive 50-plus goal seasons. That's my captain, says Hobbsy. Cole Perfetti, point per game, 82 and 82. Otto Stenberg, third in team scoring, 74 points, new career high after he set a new career high the year prior at 71. This year he steps it up with 74. Incredible from Otto Stenberg. That's crazy. Frank Nazar, 72 points. Another great year from him. His second year in Starfleet, pulling a Lafreniere. Lafreniere went 72-74. Nazar goes 74-72. Valachevich, 29 goals and 70 points. Not what we wanted to see from him, but he did pick it up from when he was struggling. That being said, it's still a question of whether or not he stays on this team long term, because we need a first-line scorer. Alexis Lafreniere, 69 points from him. Yeah, 74, 72, 69, no problem. I will take that from Lafreniere. Ends 6th in team scoring, tied for 6th with Cole Hudson, actually, with 69. Skylar Lucic slowed down in the goal scoring, but he still scored 33 goals and 65 points in 76 games. Not as high as last season, but 21 power play points, getting more ice time. Consistency is what we want to be seeing here. I've been an advocate for Stenberg being traded a couple times. Glad to see him do well. Yes, I appreciate that, Hobbsy. Pastrnak ends with 52 points in 82 games, with a lot of his ice time being on the fourth line at the start of the year, but he turned things around once we promoted him. 47 points in 77 games in Rickard Rask's rookie season. Very nice. Emlyn ends with 44 and a plus 26. Blumdahl, 38 points and a plus 22 in his sophomore season. Nice improvement from 29 last season, plus in the plus-minus. Only playing like 20 seconds more per night. Nesterov ends with 24 points in 53 games. I could see him in the NHL next season more consistently. Sider, 22 points and a plus 30. Ramirez, 20 points and a plus 27. That's what we needed to see after last season's debacle. 14 points and a plus 19 from Samuel Bolduc. 8 goals, 12 points, plus 11 from Kimmo Ilonen, the defensive defenseman in his rookie season. 1.5-star puck skills, and he scores 8 goals. Eriksson, 12 points and a plus 12. Career lows there, I think, right? Yeah, career lows, but that's okay. It's not what we need from him. He did what he needed to do elsewhere. 125 hits and 98 blocked shots. Yeah, good from Ludwig Eriksson. Michael Bishop, 10 points in 40 games. And Mann had that 1 point in 6 games. Very good. Goaltending in the end, Mikola, yeah, he woke up. 41, 18, and 5 with 4 shutouts, 909 save percentage, and 2.91 goals against average on the year for Juha Mikola, while Zherdev went 15 and 4 with 3 shutouts, 929 save percentage, and 2.08 goals against. In his career now of 41 appearances through 2 years, he's 27, 8, and 1. For a guy who's a 79 overall, got to give it to him. 5 shutouts, 915 save percentage, 2.45 goals against. We'll take that from Lubomir Zherdev. We'll take that. All right, so there's the scoring for year number 11. Looking at the entire NHL, Michkov wins the Art Ross with 120 points, Bedard with 111, Demidov with 109 points. He was the 7th overall pick in 2024 to the Blackhawks. Goal scoring, 63 goals from Connor McDavid, 60 from Jared Cowan, 59 from Celebrini in the end for the goal scoring. McIntyre was up there. Matt Coronado with 106 points. Look at that. Who's this guy? Lewis McDonough. Zherdev for Vezina. Let's give it to him. I think in the playoffs we should continue. Yeska says, I think in the playoffs we should rotate the goalies considering how well he's playing. True, but slow sim in the playoffs are also a different beast. But I'm also one to not shy away from rotating goalies in the playoffs, so absolutely we'll take that in consideration. Sorry, I just want to also see who led the league in assists. 83 from Demidov. Whoa, look at that. Who's this guy? Neil Wright. Probably playing with Celebrini. Plus minus, plus 45 for Fritzmeier. Worst, negative 60 for Brandon McNeil. Worst plus minus in the NHL. Oh my. Yoshida, negative 48. Penalty minutes. 177 from Isaiah Emerton. Two-way forward with 87 discipline. 177 penalty minutes. Whoa. Let's see the fights. Who led the league in fights? 24 fights for him. 22 from this guy Stevenson. Yeah, makes sense. Actually, I want to see on our team. Who had a lot of fights on our team? 6 fights from Eriksson, 4 from Ramirez, 3 from Elanin, 2 from Lachevitz, and 1 from Perfetti, Sider, and Nazar. Huh. Sorry, let's look at the goalie stats now. 2BC's franchise, someone won the Vezina as a backup, so Zverev winning is not out of the question. No, it's not out of the question, but I don't think he played enough games. A backup who plays maybe 20 plus, 25 plus might be a better option. Anyways, in the goalies, Devin Levi with 43 wins led the league. If you look at goalies who played minimum 50 games, save percentage, Mikola's not so far down, but Swayman at 916 looked great. And goals against average, 2.68. Yeah, that would probably be Vezina for Jeremy Swayman. Akira Schmid, 4.24 goals against average. Oh my goodness. Rookie skaters. Winning the Calder Trophy this year is probably going to be Jalen Cornet. Third round pick of the Sharks in 2027. Found his way to the Ducks. 78 overall. Scored 49 points. Rickard Rask. Oh, you know what? Rickard Rask might have won the Calder if he played a full season. He could even still be in contention. 2 points back and a plus 8. Rickard Rask might be in contention for the Calder Memorial Trophy. That would be something. Okay, so sorry for the long recap. Oof, we're getting close to 3 hours on this season. My goodness. As we'll see who we're playing. So in the wildcard round, in this format, we also have a wildcard. So teams, what, 12 to 18, is that it? No, it's 14 to 18, yeah. So 15, 16, 17, 18. Those 4 teams play in a best of 3 wildcard. And one of those winners will face us. So in round 1, we're facing the Red Wings, the Oilers, the Golden Knights, or the Canadiens. That's great. No, the eyes are doing all right. Thank you, Mighty Joe. The eyes are... it's the tongue that's going. But my eyes are doing well, thank you. Both series go to a final game 3. Yes, we did check AHL stats. The Canadiens are through as they beat the Golden Knights in a rematch of the Stanley Cup final. And in round 1, we'll be facing the Detroit Red Wings, who beat the Oilers in 3 games. All right, so we're facing the 43, 34, and 5 Red Wings in round number 1. The Red Wings were the 16 seed, and they took down the Oilers in 3 games. And we'll then, if we were to win, we'd face the winner of the Blue Jackets and the Flames next. All right. We have, yeah, the Sora could just take over for a little bit if we need. If I need to take a little break, right?
Right.
All right, so let's check out the quick little peek at the Red Wings lineup to end off the episode. Of course, there's Jared Cowan. Yes, of course, Mr. 80 goals. Sorry, 60 goals. What am I saying? It was Cole Eiserman's the 80 goals. Red Wings, I'm going to enjoy that series. Yes, it's going to be a good one. I don't think we've faced Detroit yet. Have we faced Detroit? No, we have not. It's our first time facing Detroit here. So yeah, Jared Cowan's going to be the big one. Nico Hischier and Lucas Raymond making the first line. Gabriel Perrault, Marco Casper, and Alex DeBrincat on the second line. Jacques Castonguay, Orlando Riley. Yeah, the Alouettes. Did they really, or just saying that, Mark? And Kalle Lilia on the third line. Rorer, Sbruev, and Bois. Abel Bois Wood on the fourth line. Defense, Edvinson and Lassie Thompson. Then the second pair is Thompson. Former Starfleet officer and future Data 72 Hall of Fame nominee Sam Girard. Still out here at 35 years of age. What a beast he was with us in San Francisco. I'll never forget that 80-point season he got out of nowhere in our first year. Yeah, it's the final year. Actually, no, he has one more year in his deal. Then Siegenthaler and Grushnikov on the third pair. Yeah. And then goaltending, they have Nikita Quap, backed up by Tristan Lennox. No major injuries. So there you go. Really, it's basically the first line and the top six in Detroit. But with Jared Cowan being Mr. 60-plus goals, you never know what might happen. So to end off the episode, a few things just to think about for suggestions. Do we start to consider any extensions? Lucic would be wanting, he wants now $7 million. So it's going to be tough for Skylar Lucic to get signed. Pastrnak would be wanting $3 million to stick around. As good as he's been, do we let him walk now just because we have no more room? Yeah, defense in depth is anything crazy. Bishop, Nestorov. Nestorov now wants $3 million. He's a UFA. Oh, come on. How are our unsigned players doing? Kavanaugh, Tukio, both 74. That's good. We'll check progress reports at the end of next episode. So that's the thought on extensions. The draft class coming up. We have a bunch of thirds and all that just to show you who's out there. Alexandre Gervais-Chouinard has medium franchise potential from the Voltigeurs de Drummondville. Yeah, he's going to be crazy. Power forward, medium franchise. So media leads go down to 5. Anyone with value later on? I might have to set the scouts myself to do a little bit of research. This guy, Matti Filppula, medium elite at 105. I'll definitely get him. Probably throw a dart on some of these 3-bar medium elites as well. Any guaranteed low elites? Just one. Nico Kiprasov. Yeah, definitely a mouthful. And imagine if the Canadiens were to pick him first. Imagine I'm Kent Hughes walking up to the podium for the first pick. Avec la première sélection dans le repêchage de 2034, les Canadiens de Montréal sont fiers de sélectionner de la Voltigeur de Drummondville. Oh my goodness. I gotta restart. Sora, I'm disappointed in myself. It's a lot. Alright, hold on, let's try this again. Ken Hughes up to the podium. Avec la première sélection dans le repêchage de 2000... I want to say 2020, but it's 2034, I keep forgetting. 2034. Avec la première sélection de la repêchage de 2034, les Canadiens de Montréal sont fiers de sélectionner de la Voltigeur de Drummondville de la Ligue majeure d'hockey de Québec, Alexandre Gervais-Chouinard. Hein? I still messed up. The Ligue majeure d'hockey de Québec. What even is the QMJHL in French? Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Ligue majeure d'hockey junior de Québec. Something like that. Oh, I gave myself too much trouble on that one. Anyways. And the lines. Last thing to think about, ladies and gentlemen, as we end off the episode. Sorry for the sidetrack there. I just had to try it out. The last thing to think about will be the lineup. Do we want to tweak anything headed in... Oh, that's true. It's the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League now. Do we want to tweak anything headed into the postseason with the understanding of the lines and with the understanding that Rickard Rask is now back and fully healthy? Who does he replace in the lineup? Who comes out? Probably Bishop. And once Bishop comes out, then does Rask go back to the third line, Blumdahl back to the fourth, and then anything else in the top 6 we might want to play around with? Did Valchevich impress you enough, or maybe he swaps with Pastrnak or somebody else in this lineup, maybe with Stenberg? There's a few things to think about on defense as well. Do we try playing around with plus minuses? Because there's a bunch of teams in the Maritimes, and it didn't change the acronym, so they said why not, I guess. And the goaltending, how long of a leash does Juha Mikkola have? So, wow, over 3 hours, just under 3 hours for this one. First stream back in a couple of weeks. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It was a blast getting back in here. Thanks for the donations going into the furniture honeymoon wedding fund, which is very appreciated. Data, will we ever see more from NHL trade history? How do you mean exactly? NHL trade history? Like a trade tree type thing? Oh, the Twitter account. Yes, you will. You will. Thank you. And the redrafts with Pat. Hope you enjoyed the redraft with Pat. That went up while I was out on holiday. Now, according to the current schedule on Discord, which is still, of course, subject to change, so keep an eye on it, we will be live Between now and going live on Monday, I would like to upload one Canucks episode, the second part of year number 10. Worst case, it goes up next week, but next Monday, July 15th, we'll have the Coyotes Fantasy Draft, episode 4, which will be year number 2, 2024-25. And next Tuesday, July 17th, we'll have Expos number 15, which will be the 2030 season as well. And then we'll be, of course, live next week, July 20th. We might be live between now and then with the birthday stream coming up as well. We'll see if we do a birthday stream next week. But we should be live Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday next week as per usual. We'll see how it goes, but keep an eye on the Discord server. Hopefully a Canucks episode between now and then. Probably, maybe the birthday stream might be the Desora Fantasy Draft. Maybe we could do it that day. Maybe some Wii Sports content coming in as well. Is Tuesday the 16th? I think Tuesday is the 17th, is it not? Hold on. Let me look this up. Oh, no, Tuesday is the 16th. Oh, sorry, so I misread here. So Monday the 15th, yes. Tuesday the 16th will be the Expos. And then Thursday the 18th will be Starfleet, our next Starfleet stream next week. Yeah, so a week from tonight will be the Starfleet on the 18th. Oh, it's because when I originally made the schedule, I anticipated it not necessarily being on the right date. So you know what? It might be on those dates. It might not be, really. Monday will be the Coyotes. But I might do Wednesday Expos and like Saturday Starfleet because Desora and I have some different things going with our scheduling and stuff that we got to get done for wedding planning and furniture shopping and stuff like that. So, we'll get those 3 streams done, but not necessarily on their usual days. That's why I say keep an eye on the Discord server. We'll get a stream going for the Desora Fantasy Draft, a Wii Sports video coming your way as well, and I'll end it there before we hit 3 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here. It was a pleasure. We had a great season, second winningest season of our franchise's history, going 56-21-5. I love the storylines we built this year. Captain Avery McIntyre leading the way. Thanks, Yeska. I appreciate the kind words. And we'll be live next week. Not sure exactly when, but we'll be live 3 times next week, including for the 2034 postseason, year number 11 with Starfleet. Second round exit last year. First round exit the year before. Haven't been to the Stanley Cup final in 3 years. Haven't won the Stanley Cup in 6 or 7 years. It's time to make a run to the Stanley Cup final and finally get another Stanley Cup for this franchise that has been so good for so long. It's long overdue.
Thank you for having me, Data. Thank you to the Data 72 community.
Thanks to Lieutenant Desora, who has to get back to the Enterprise now for various duties. But we'll be talking to everybody soon. We'll be live soon enough as well. Canucks coming your way. We'll be talking more in the Discord server. And really just keep an eye on the announcements tab there, channel, for updates on when we're going live. So thanks, everybody. We'll talk soon. Good night. Stay well. Enjoy the weekend ahead. You got to make sure you're getting outside with this beautiful weather. And we'll talk soon. Live long and prosper, everybody.